we're gonna go ahead and get started now. I just want to give just a brief intro. Tonight is gonna be an amazing night here at Open Minds, Open Mic. We have the two incredibly talented people. Little does she know, she actually inspired me just from the one show I was in with her, and I'm so excited that she agreed to do this feature. And she's got her bassist there, Albey onBass, who is a very accomplished bassist. I'll read his bio out to y'all before their feature, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to tonight. It's gonna be amazing. I see Naima just showed up too. Oh, we're doing good. We got a full house tonight. It's gonna be a wonderful show. So with that being said, I'm gonna start this off with a little haiku that I wrote for my wife. It's a 535 haiku, and it goes, Jessica, our souls are entwined. I love you. And with that being said, I'm gonna give it the mic to my wife here, and she's got a little poem from her.
Hi. All right. I wrote this one today. You guys hear me? All good? There we go. Okay. I wrote this one today and a little yesterday. Can you compartmentalize mental ties collected, setting your settled inferences aside into containers in your brain? It sounds insane. Vibrations maintain in order to gain any gleam reflected through infected seams. I feel resistance to the restraints, but my saints are stronger and longer held than darkness within. There is no original sin, only science spinning into light, a sight to unfold truth and how amusing it is. So bright and confusing, we always skip back to attack until we rip open our own backs. Our eyes finally shake loose the lies to lessen their grip. Now, mind open, awareness equipped. Has hope learned its lesson yet? Instead, see your head for the menu that it is, and let's get to business. Ask questions. What is this? How far can we get? If you can't call it time travel yet, allow me to unravel your nets. Networks of infinite work spent jerking us towards the sound of separation, inventing ears to hear the vibration, creating nations to know nothingness, and it's all for us. You're a spell cast from way back, attacking the now in its vastness. From the past, we can surpass the supine version of our ashes and reattach back into a massive stack. So put on your bow and take a bow. You've really done it now. A moment mothered matures into a monument, another self spent searching for its shelf. Gather health and get out of hell. Leave your father and the feathers he gave you. Break into a new. Furs and gold of unbeholden value comprise our spines. I am yours and you are mine. Compounded by time, the lines blur and hold heavy our shrines. As long as you don't mind, it won't matter. Shatter yourselves upon machine elves. The ladder can't climb ladders over limbo sticks. You can fix it all. Stand tall and sand all your edges, please. It's a tight squeeze to travel on the breeze.
Yeah, let's all mute for a moment and give it up. Look at propaganda with his hashtag decolonize. We love you, brother. I'm glad you got to show out tonight, man. So yeah, it was a beautiful piece from my wife, man. Up next we have Carmen Gil, who's been a staple here at Open Minds, and we all love her poetry. So let's all give it up for Carmen Gil.
Everyone, I have a free verse poem. It's titled SSRI 25NG. They say it takes a pill, a simple fix, to make it all become clear. Like a puzzle that needed a final piece to fit effortlessly into the slot, for all the jumbled thoughts to sift through the endless conveyor belt and fit nicely into their folder slot, labeled and ready to be pulled when needed. A small off-white oval will make it all make sense. The madness that seems to overtake without rhyme or reason, make the endless list stop. So, oops, what are you guys? My phone just jumped when I hit the space bar. Okay, The words halt, the replays of mistakes, the constant personal movie theater of life experiences. Past moments suddenly become extinct. It only takes a pill to stop it all. Move away from all these thoughts that create who you are. Side effects will include feeling like you're not you, feeling out of your body, everything in slow motion, nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea, and feeling like you're always falling down an endless pit without no end. But at least your mind will be blank from all the emotions that overcome you, the
I
thoughts that
finally
are
got it somehow.
suffocating
I just had to keep playing with it.
and will take a hold on your tongue and mind, the thoughts that make you feel like a mad person, the ones that constantly repeat over and over, you're different. No way a normal person thinks like this. They're whispering about you. How can you expect to do all this? The constant words that tick, 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 like the cuckoo clock in that vacant room in the house, your own personal hell, keeping track of the thoughts that flow and tick, like the second hand releasing the small bird with the constant trill. Just shove this in your throat and swallow, no matter how bitter, how small, or pointy, for at least your mind will be blank. Thanks.
Lou, I made it.
Yeah, that was so good. Let's give it up for Carmen Gil. Amazing. And looks like we got Sarah just showed up, and she was actually first on the list.
I
so Sarah,
was.
yeah,
Always.
so always, yeah. So I know you just showed up, but you're up next. So if you want to go ahead and bless us with some of your poetry, we would really appreciate that.
Yeah, let's
all give
go. Let
everybody
me get into
an
my
open
document
mind.
so I can tell you. So I
All
can
right,
do it.
let's all give
Okay,
Sarah a
which
big
one
open
am I
mind.
gonna do? I'm looking. Actually, I forgot to write some, but I could go off the top of my head of what I was gonna write.
We'll do that because that sounds amazing. We love freestyle
Okay.
poetry.
So a lot of things have changed. So I'm in this new environment, and so I have some things that I haven't gotten out yet. So it's I was thinking of who I was gonna write stuff down before I came, but I ended up bringing in stuff. So now it's time for me to do. So I didn't get a chance. And so now what I'm gonna, I don't even know what the theme is. So it just bear with me because it could be very random. There's two dogs named Rose and Rebel. They're starting to get along with each other, but they still are jealous of each other and are brother sister, and it's crazy because it's they are silly and it's it gets so funny, and it's as well as my brain's not as loud and crazy, and focus is better, kind of, as well as the nature is amazing, and the environment and the community and friendships that are being built for the first time is so unreal, and it's just been busy and calm and relaxing, and people who are supportive and not being afraid to speak up for once, where whenever needs were spoken, you wouldn't get the help with the other part of the rest of my family who isn't the best in the world. and to see things from a new light, a new perspective, and it's like a new hope has like appeared, like a new rhythm is coming fast and slow, like it's like in the middle. It's different because it's like up here, it's because I'm a little bit more north now, where I was like more south, so it's like there's a lot of little different details that are so interesting, and the structures are like so cool. Like nothing's like the same. Like nothing is the same. Like everything's very different. Like not two buildings are the same. So it's like we see one building, then it's like, oh, this building, that building. Then there's like a lot of creativity, of joy, of being around people who are like me, who are similar to me, like with having things like ADHD, and my doctor recognized I'm autistic. So being in a community like that where I can have that communication, where a lot of people who aren't like in that realm of that type of thing don't understand. It's really dicey for them. Like they don't get to know you. They don't want to understand what's going on, that because there's so many different like hidden things that people don't know. And if people would just take the time to know what is going on, then things would be a lot more efficient, as well as efficient in the community, whereas like we're not always feeling like we're always getting looked at for something. Like if I stim because I get overwhelmed, it's not gonna get looked at like, oh, I'm just doing something because I want to, or things like that. And the fact that people do make fun of others because they're different is not okay, and it needs to stop. Because if they don't, look how much that damaged others. And it's like, we're all supposed to come together. So why are we always trying to fight each other instead of bring each other closer and have the love for each other like everyone should? And just things like that needs to be there.
Definitely. Sarah, I am so happy for you that you found a cool place, man. I'm glad you're out of that situation you're in, and you seem so exuberant and so happy and just so much full of life. Like I'm just smiling over here, and you've been with Open Mind since the beginning, and I've watched you grow, and I'm so happy for you. And I'm glad that you didn't come with a poem and you came with a rant, because like I even put that in the description. Like, if you want to rant for 5 minutes, like here's your 5 minutes of fame, here's your time to do it. And I'm so glad that you were able to do that. It was beautiful, and I'm so happy for you. Like I'm looking forward to these next couple Fridays and hearing on how everything's going with you there. And it's so cool that you're around nature and new people and cool people that love you. And remember, you always have a family here with Open Mind. So thank you so much.
Oh, I know.
That was amazing. All right, so I believe, is it Name? Are you still here? I can't find her on the list. Did she take off? No.
Who else we got?
Yeah, I think Nema may have taken off. Okay, so Nema take off. Gustav, you're up next on the mic, buddy. Let's all give a warm welcome to Gustav. This is his first time here at Open Minds. Everybody, let's give it up for Gustav.
Hey, everybody. Coming to you from West Florida. Hi, Sarah. So, I usually come to a new open mic with a couple of poems. Here is the Gaian Epiphany. I've just had an epiphany. It's all become clear like cut glass crystal from Tiffany that all of this, all we see, we're an organism, interplanetary. God, we're Gaia. We're chaos born. We're not some womb from which we're torn, but rather we're one single entity, one world of infinite diversity. E pluribus unum is one way to put it. And until you see it, your third eye's hooded from the beauty of this revelation, for you must see the implication. Sex, race, religion, these are artificial memes. And by dividing, we've conquered our own higher dreams of evolving into the Gaia mind. Or you're willfully choosing to be blind, then you devolve to become what you believe. Outside this hole as you perceive, a parasite on this earth, our host, you always hurt what you love the most. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost are patriarchy's highest toast, and monotheism's predicted a disaster. But our destiny we can master, and our higher minds illuminate that ours is Gaia's fate. And the tree of life you must not kill. Love and do what thou will. As above, so below. Love your mother. Let it grow, 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 let it grow. Thank you.
Wow, Gustav.
Wow.
That was amazing. I'm so glad that you share that at every open mic, because every human being on earth needs to hear that. That was
awesome.
That was
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. Wow, Gustav, man. I'm excited to hear you in the second round. Dude, like, I'd even like to feature you one of these nights. Like, that was amazing, man. Like, you are so spiritually enlightened, man. Like,
Dang.
I feel that, man. I feel that. So what we had a Special K next. We had Generalissimo. I don't see any of them. Next on the list would be Dee Allen. So if we all want to unmute for a moment and give it up for Dee Allen.
Dee Allen! Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Colvin, can you get the share screen feature started, please?
Yeah, let me do that now. Hold on here. All right, you should be able to share screen now.
It just came on screen, so let me get this started.
All right.
And Mr. Colvin, time me. This is my first time here at Open Minds. I dedicate my portion of the open mic. I dedicate my portion of the open mic to Miss Jane Spoken Word, who will be featuring for us in a moment. First poem is called Resident. Not a native, but a resident of my corner of East Oakland, where poverty dominates, where broke on broke crime is as natural as drawing breath into lungs. There's more cars and SUVs broken into by unknown parties than not. More fenced off pieces of land and liquor stores than they are community centers and decent food shops. The homeless sleep against boarded up buildings, empty inside, as the price of housing continues to soar past the clouds. Drugs and black market guns are always available, have been available. 5 decades of strung out black bodies and black bodies shot. From petty disputes write their history, where the criminal image, the thug of genders praise, where I fear the enemy, and the enemy is my own. Believe me, I didn't design this madness I'm not a native, but a resident of my corner of East Oakland, where poverty dominates, but its effects are being relieved. Mutual aid is not a theory here. It's hitting the street running, seeing to a long queue of people, families in need, alleviating hunger, thirst, human health. Mutual aid for the block takes several forms. Black Cultural Zone, Occur, East Oakland Collective, Homies Empowerment, Poe Magazine. These days, the working class around here are supporting themselves, since the city won't. Downtown City Hall sees my place of residence as a blemish on the east side in need of change. Just remove the Poe from homes, rename the block, and welcome richer residents in. Like I said, I didn't design this madness, but as long as I'm here from my little house of 6 years, I'll document it. I'm not a native, but a resident of my corner of the changing Bay Area. Eastmont, Oakland, California, USA, where I'm from.
Yo. Yeah.
That's good.
That first poem was called Resident.
That was dope, man. Hey, I really appreciate that, man. That was amazing, bro. The strength in your voice, like, just
Wow.
oh,
It comes from 3 straight decades of doing this whole spoken word thing.
yeah, man.
Feel
Dude,
it.
I could feel
Also,
it. I hear
another
it.
thing that I noticed that I kind of vibe with, even just like when you do some songs, like some little like lighter moments, like if you, because sometimes when you go too strong at it, I feel like it gets lost a little bit. Like you need a little bit of softer moments in it, but it was like really good.
I
So,
intended to do that with the second poem as sort of a little
Gotcha.
chill out period.
Yeah. So round 2, man. We're looking forward to the
All right.
softer side of you. But
And
growing
I'll
up in
do
East Oakland,
now
man,
do the second one during round 2 then.
yeah. Hey, but growing up in East Oakland, man, what a wow! Like, I'm glad you're alive and you're here, man, to spit these words.
Thank
Because
you.
that was just beautiful.
I haven't
man.
been shot at yet.
Excellent. You good? You
That's
doing
good.
good? Yeah, you doing
Eastmont
good.
is that kind of a fucking neighborhood.
It is,
Yeah,
man.
really.
It is. I've heard stories. I've heard
And
stories.
I'm glad there hasn't the wildfires too. Gotta be very careful of those.
It hasn't affected us where I live, surprisingly.
That's good.
All right, so next we're gonna have a little music interlude and then a few more poems before we go into our feature. So Mr. Wolfman, if you would like to bless our ears with some of this talent that you got here, a little bit of musical, a little bit of melodies. Everybody, let's unmute for a minute and give a big open minds welcome to David Wolfman.
Thank you. Glad to be here. It's wonderful to see you all. It's wonderful to see people doing this. I've been doing this for a long time, but I stepped away from it. And anyway, I'm just going to do a little music. Whispers, whispers, 5 cents a dance. Did I speak of butter moonbeams or the night that felled me? Oh no, it was marked. Oh no, I'm out. Oh no, everything may happen that happens. Dying, live in your dying. There's no cure for pain, but there's And on my feet, I try to be steady. I walk somewhere, it's not the right place. I'm vacuum, I'm abstract. Virus crystals made in the lake of fire, on and pretending, on and sending, on my total eclipse. I cannot reach more. I reach less. I reach more. I was never good enough or bad enough. I'm all done.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
that was
awesome.
good, man. Oh, I love that.
Why do I have to be me?
Yeah, like
Yes.
that MIDI feedback almost was so dope, man. Like it was like disturbing yet gripping, and then just your
Yeah,
flow
yeah.
over it, like it was
Yeah.
amazing, man. Like that was awesome.
It sounded
Um,
like it sounded like there was a little bit of nature with it, and that was like just so cool. That was so cool. It
This
was
is the device.
really good.
The device, when I press the buttons, it, oh, it's gonna turn it on.
That's so
That's awesome.
cool.
All right, so we had Eddie Foreman was gonna be up next, but I don't see him here with us. So we got the amazing Deadpan Lizzie. I haven't met her yet, but she's friends with some of my poet friends, so I'm really excited to hear her. Let's all unmute and give it up for Deadpan Lizzie. And we also have
Go in, poet. Go in, poet.
Let's go.
Thank you, fam. Beanie blessings. How long do I have to read in the first round?
If you want, you can go up to 5 minutes if you want. If it's a little longer, like 6 minutes, that's fine. So if you have two short poems that you want to do, you could do that. But then we're also going to come back to the second round. So
Okay. Maybe I'll save the epic Panku for the second round. And so most people here tonight know me. I created 3 styles of poetry at the beginning of the year called Pankus, Pan for Deadpan. There are 3 types of 9-word poems. This one is the second form. It's a 9x9 Panku from my book Kundabini. I have a couple available still with Red Green Books. I'm almost sold out. So if you're interested in buying one or learning more about it, I'll drop my information in the chat when I'm finished. This is called a 9 exhausted and scared Pankus. My neck hurts with no one to rub it. My sore body tired of my heavy throbbing mind. My tired mind bored of my aching sad body. My hands that sting from the cold need someone who needs someone here to make them warm again. My brain exhausted from watching HBO and hot screens. Watching what is outside my window, hoping for help. Longing for some of what they have going on. I don't have this, if I'm curious if I will. So that's just one of the Pankus in the book. And Jane SpokenWord reviewed it. So thank you, Jane, for doing that. We appreciate you. I'm excited to hear your feature.
cool.
So and I'll read one of the epic Pankus in
Yeah,
round
the
2,
artwork
but
is dope.
thank you.
Yes. If you want to go ahead and do another one like that, we have time. And then you can do another 1 or 2 in the future, or after second
Sure.
round into the future.
Yeah, the epic Pankus
love
take
that
like
one.
7 minutes, so I won't do that until the second.
Yeah, maybe not that. If you got another short one you'd like to share with us,
Sure.
we would love it.
Sure, I'll just pick a random one. All right, this one is called another 9x9 Panku. It's called Existing in 9. Mala beads scattered on the 1970 twin-size mattresses. The house cold, but not as cold as my previous residence, where I could not muster up a thought as my body turned bluer and sadder. Music tends to calm me down as I try existing instead of living, which seems too hard at this moment in time. Unsure what will happen next. Will tantric sex be the answer to my shallow thoughts, or will be the strong beads continue to break away? Thank you.
Wow, that was beautiful. Wow, Tantric Gospel. Ah, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Lizzie, we really hope to see you around here some more, man.
Yes,
Run into
yes.
some more open mics.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
Thank you. I just learned about you from Jane and Albey, so I'll definitely come back on a Friday when I'm
we
free.
just started, and we've got off actually on a pretty good start. We've got some pretty cool people, and I like this little family we're building here. And every Friday night we do this. So if you miss a Friday, no worries. I'm also recording these sessions. I'll upload them to YouTube. I'm trying to get them by the Wednesday after. But yeah, so after you, we had following Diane Ward. I think she's still in here, right? Yep, there she is right there. I see that lovely face.
Hello.
Diane Ward.
Hi. That's
You know,
okay. It's my first time
okay.
here with you, I
It's your
believe.
first time here?
Yes.
Okay, so then if everyone would give Diane Ward a very loving and welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic.
Yeah.
Let's go, Tesoro.
A lot of my peeps are here, and
Here we go.
I love Jane's spoken word. She's which should be all year round, every day anyway.
Diane,
Audio problem?
we're getting, you're lagging out some. I'm not sure if you can maybe get closer to like your internet router or.
Okay, what
you're
I'm going to
lagging
do
out.
is turn off my video and see if that helps. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Leaving volcanoes and landing in lava. Leaving volcanoes, my blood Carib, Indian, African, and Hun beauty blessed, given me not by my own volition, but by them, my gene pool meteors, my blood and soul reincarnated by face, body type, maybe occupations, intelligence, reborn. I am, we are, them, rebirth. We carry their souls. We are the wind above, beneath, and giveth breath. The breath we took out here as within us in the womb. Our womb breath. Our ancestors bequeath to each of us. Their breath, their beating forms my heart, the multiple hearts of the ancestors. I try to make them proud of this, their daughter, their child, theirs, ours, and mine, spirits combined to make the world family. But first, the nucleus of our own nuggeted subatomic sense to build upon the greater goodness. We are part of our ancestors' goodness, who always knew we'd embrace the greater cosmos, look to entwine with good and cast off the infected, always gaining the cleansing, the perfection of the positive, the truth, the substrative structure in each of our molecules. Oh, our molecules are ancestral and maintain their memories of Edens and lushness and beauty and waterfalls, birds, lizards, groves, surfs, grace, joy, and love. Most of all, love and community. We exist because we loved each other, came together and procreated and created us. All that energy was not wasted on us. You see, we are here, my lovelies, against familiar tyrannies. Leaving volcanoes, landing in lava, my ancestral religious mixture is a homogeneous, bountiful mosaic, and served me through the boat rides, wavy shores, the slow moving melting of land for years, toiled for food, for home. Landing in lava, man-made, deceitful, and flowing hot and molten, some still flowing, some has cooled and said for prosperity, mislabeling it as their honest, honorable contribution. Lava some cooled and chipped, saved for heritage museums, and remembered where we'd come from and how we stopped. I stopped. Together we, me, this daughter damned the flow. Thank you.
Oh my God, that last line.
Wow.
This daughter, damn the flow. Oh my goodness, Diane.
Thank you.
That was amazing. That was beautiful. That was like I felt like you were teleporting.
I'm glad I
me
took you back.
Yeah.
I'm glad I took you back to your own ancestral because it inspired you to kiss each other. So I guess I might have had something to do with that. I don't know.
Did you
Just
see
saying.
that? Did you see that? Did you see us kiss because the camera was off? And it was that was simply beautiful. I don't know what else to say. I really hope that you stick with us and that I see you next Friday and the Friday after that, or you know, whenever you have a moment, because that was gorgeous and I would love to hear more of your poetry. Like that was so deep and elegant, and like you just
as well as kind of peaceful
like
in a way as well.
Yeah. Serenity. Yes.
It was a little somewhat peaceful, yeah.
Yeah, prop, man. If you
come
wanna...
on, San Diego College professor, what you got for us?
Right. Come on. Let's hear
I know there are a couple other poets in the room, though. I'm just saying, like, I know for a fact that there's a couple other poets in the room. So I hope first round isn't over, because I know there's a couple more poets. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do some poetry. Someone mentioned Indigenous Peoples Day, so Tamkasila Wakantaka, Palamayaye, Aho, Mitako Yasin. Today, it's okay to be alive. Yesterday, my perception may have strayed a different way. That is to say, on those days, it's important to entertain the pain. Because today, it's okay to be alive. Lea Petukin Lidawashte. Today is a good day, but not to die. You see, I ain't got time for that uncertain future because I'm still too busy trying to decipher my past. It would appear that Manifest Destiny has captured my destiny, so now I'm not even quite sure what my ancestry is, but from what I've been able to gather, the story goes a little something like this. Many, many moons ago, some random Trader Joe fell in with the Shawnees, and then he just took one of their nieces because he was raging about being dissed on what was already a good trade, but just like any other treaty being tossed out to the tribes, he failed to mention the bribes or extortion or the shape-shifting ways of terms and conditions, but he had plenty of ammunition for any retort they might have had. To make a long story short, it would appear that dear old granddad went out on a binge and brought himself home a Indian girl. Now, she might not have been an official slave, but she gave and gave and gave and gave. And then one day he planted his seeds, and somehow she found some inner solace by tending to their needs. And then 4 generations, I am me. I am Tox White, and I have arrived in my homeland. I did not ask to be born on the white side of the tracks, to have my blood thinned pale. I did not ask to be grown in shrink-wrapped suburbs where summer camp reduced my indigenous heritage to Indian arts and crafts. I did not ask for a bleached mother, blood drained of all color, because image was more important than imagination, and appearance meant more than my past. I did not ask for the honor words that a Lakota man once gifted to me, even though I did not ask for them. He said, you don't have to have red skin to travel the red road and have a red heart. This is stolen land. This is stolen land. From Tierra del Fuego up into Ungava Bay, the history of betrayal continues through today. The ghost of mighty crazy horse and the spirit of anime call like thunder from the mountains, and you can hear them say, this is stolen land. This is stolen land. Apartheid in Arizona, slaughter in Brazil. If bullets don't get good PR, there's other ways to kill. Kidnap all their children, put them in a foreign system. Toss them out in no man's land when no one even wants them. This is stolen land. This is stolen land. If you're like me, you'd like to think that we learn from our mistakes. Enough to know we can't play God with others' lives at stake. Time we all discovered the world wasn't only made for whites. So what step are you gonna take to try and set things right in this stolen land? This is stolen land. land. This is stolen land, but it's all we got. This is stolen land, we can never go back. This is stolen land, let us never forget. This is stolen land, afraid they're not through yet. Thank you for listening. Thank you for encouraging my behavior. I cannot wait to hear an Albey. I haven't heard them in so long. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
That was awesome, man. Yeah, you kind of inspired a multi-dimensional collab there. We had a little David Wolfman over there with some crazy sound effects in there. That was very inspiring for all of us, man. Hey, Bear, like, you my dude, man. Like, I'm so glad you showed up tonight, and I'm so glad that you performed for us. I hope you stick around for the whole night, man. We want to get you in the second round. I know we went through the list of performers that I had signed up, but is there anybody else here who hasn't performed in round one that would like to perform?
May I do something?
Anybody? Yes, Jennifer, yes. Okay. We would love it. Okay, everybody, let's give a warm welcome to Jennifer.
Go in, Rose, go!
Okay, this is new spit, but since y'all don't know me, it's gonna be new to you anyway. It's called Can You Hear the Blood? Can you hear the blood? Was she not behaving Islamic enough that her hair should dare peek out from beneath her headscarf? Did she need cleansing from the morality police that it should be spilled on our hypocrisy? Now she becomes a symbol of revolt on the world stage. Cameras and eyes are on Iran, lit up from the bonfires, consuming fabrics of tyranny, encircled by silhouettes dancing to the battle hymns of their own revolution. Can you hear the blood coursing through their veins as quickly as their hearts can fight? Knowing death could meet them at any moment, and any moment could be their last. Freedom's demands so eloquently opine with a degree of urgency that beckons eyes and ears to attend. A warning of what could happen here, or a distraction from what already is. Can you hear the blood? Masa Amini could be us disposable, us not seen as human, unworthy of dignity and respect. Even our DNA is no longer ours once drummed out of our bodies. But we needn't receive a reminder from abroad that no matter the religion, land, or language, laws render us expendable, property to be properly kept and appropriately kempt. When another one falls closer to your own shores, keep that same energy for the home team. They're just getting started. I am the poet Rose Gold. Continue to bloom.
Wow, Rose Gold. That was amazing. I really hope to see more of you too. That was I loved it. I want to hear everything you have. Yes, I heard the blood pumping through my veins, and it went right to my head and was like that you were hearing something amazing. And wow, I appreciate that so much. And just because you guys inspired me, like honestly, I wasn't even planning on reading this week. That's why I did that little haiku for my wife. But yeah, you guys inspired me. We've all been on like this really deep, like ancestral, like humanity, like trip. So I wrote this the other night. It's a little shady in my handwriting. It's kind of messed up, but so tell me what happens when the last of the shamans die. Will we survive or slip into a life full of crooked lies, show our face or hide behind a disguise? I spit into the sky, wondering how to open their eyes, contemplating how to prolong our demise, yelling, wake up! Till my throat's torn. I'm so scorned, my soul's sore, and y'all just want more, but the ball's in your court. Go ahead and submit your reports or slip into a sinister rapport. I feel like a forced minister, but I'm finished here. It's time. Y'all get on my bob. I've been opening minds. Crack skull, press rewind, apply pressure to the spine, multiply the cosine, subtract the theta waves. We all unite in the same graves, together as one, particles from the sun, coalesce into a conscious ball of fun. Yeah. That was one else, so we're gonna.
Dude, we all unite in the same graves. That is one of the... Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, so y'all inspired me to spit that. So now that round one is over, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce these two amazing people here. Jane SpokenWord is an activist, a multidisciplinary performer, spoken word artist, guest speaker, published author, and workshop conductor, a poet of the street. She brings her artistry to a diverse set of venues, from museums, festivals, and clubs to busking street corners and living rooms everywhere. Her words speak to humanity, spirituality, soulfulness, ancestors, the yin of crying out against injustice and cruelty, and the yang of assimilating stardust, moonbeams, nature's beauty, and the wisdom of the elders. And complementing that, we have Albey onBass, who's a dedicated musician, improviser, and composer. Be prepared to be touched in your soul. His technique is flawless. His expression is deep and soulful. He was a member of the Cecil Taylor Trio and Big Band, All About Jazz, best performances of 2005, 2009, and 2016. This man's got hella street cred. House bassist for the original House of Blues in Cambridge, Mass. What? And a longtime member of the two-time Handy Award winner, Paul Rischel Band. These two, their collaborations and performances and recordings range from solos to ensembles and include, among many others, the founder of the New Yorkian Poets Cafe, Miguel, I'm gonna mispronounce his name, Miguel Algarin. Beat
Miguel
poet
Algarin, the founder of the New Yorican Poets Cafe.
Yeah. Bet. All right, don't tell him I mispronounced his name if we ever meet. I gotta throw that. I gotta roll my R's on that. A beat poet and political activist and founder of the White Panther Party, John Sinclair, Budo dancer, Min Tanaka, Sun Ra, Marshall Allen, Daryl Jones, Miles Davis of Rolling Stones, Junior Meldo from the Cobras, the Big John Croft, Fabulous Blends. Together, they have authored 2 books of poetry with art and accompanying music, Words Against the Machine and Tragically Hip, and have been published in many anthologies. Their next book, Love and Light, is in the editing process. We're gonna go ahead and post those links for you guys. You guys gotta go to their websites and buy their books and support them. Be prepared to have your minds blown. Everybody, let's welcome Jane SpokenWord and Albey onBass.
Yo, peace, everybody. We brought the fire tonight. We're going to keep the embers going.
Interpretation is critical. Interpretation is critical.
Interpretation is critical. It's critical.
Interpretation is critical.
Interpretation is critical.
Confined by your lies, I realize that we have all been civilized.
We have all been civilized.
Sentenced to solitary confinement, I'm doing my time.
Doing my time, I'm doing my time, I'm doing my time.
Serving my sentence with a spoon.
Confined by your lies, I realize that we have all been civilized.
I see you smiling.
Sentenced to solitary confinement. We doing our time. Serving our sentence with a spoon.
Interpretation is critical.
Interpretation is critical. We're going to do a couple of pieces for the first set and the second set. I want to mix it up with the first book that we wrote. That's called Tragically Hip. And some of the newer shit, because of politics of today, Word Against the Fucking Machine. And this piece is The Art of Poetry. Is an excursion down deep, dark, rivers of ink, flowing exposed imagination and deviation from conventional thinking. Mind stories steeped in prosish rhymes in time deliver you a freedom of some kind. Free your mind. Free your mind.
Free your mind.
Free your mind. To spin free verse for what it's worth, I choose words for twisted tongue complexity. My navigations and negotiations between pure thought and poetry. Metamorphic reproductions, hallucinogenic interpretations, inspirations from observations echoed in a place unnamed. A transcendental contemplation turned compulsion to word you a vision of mind. From a time left behind or sent ahead. Where cosmic interpretation flows like deep, dark rivers of ink. So what is wrong with people? Women and children are running in fear from men so cruel and anger-fueled. Committing atrocities that bring us to tears. Killing one another over man-God rules. Men in soldier suits with guns and tanks. And men with lies upon their lips as they drank to bloody victories of now and when. Men in fresh pressed suits making war, pushing paper and pen. Didn't they hear what Marvin said? Mercy, mercy me. When will it end? In the cities, they run past the bullets that fly. Or lost in the desert, they waste away and die of thirst. When ancient water jars are burst, where children are butt fucked and worked till they're dead or they're grown, it's a planetary shame on you. That's all about skin tone. What is wrong with people? Oh, haven't you heard? Their God has instructed them, they got the word. To reap the rewards, you must kill the infidels. Blow them off the face of the earth and send them all to hell. Burn, baby, burn. And for all you good people who love the sinner but hate the sin, spewing lies from your pulpit, from deep within of hate and intolerance, though Jesus loves you nonetheless. You think you're on the highway to heaven because your sins in the dark you did confess? Muslims, Christians, Hindus and Jews all throw their dice in deadly war games. The wrath of God, an eye for an eye. Millions of dead motherfuckers just the same. When you get to the gates of your vision of heaven, will your God make you pay for all the death and destruction and hatred of others? What will your God say? Cambodia, Rwanda, Sudan, Tibet, Ferguson, Staten Island. The list goes on and on. Haven't you had enough yet? War is from the ancient mind of when. War is just inhuman. When will it end? I'm reminded of a line I believe George Carlin said. Do you believe in God? Answer, yes. Then move ahead. Do you believe in my God? Answer, no. Then bang, you're dead. That's from Word Against the Machine, obviously. All right, so now we'll lighten it up again a little bit, but not too much. Serial killer. This piece is called Serial Killer Moms. Serial killer moms kill you sweetly with sugar pops and Captain Crunch and chocolatey Cocoa Puffs. A magically delicious quickie breakfast on the fluff. Serial killer moms kill you softly with ring dings and toaster things and frosted tasties on a tray. Pop them in your oven. Get your fix to jumpstart your day. Serial killer moms kill you slowly with mystery meats disguised as frozen treats. Dinner in a box complete, you zap them in your microwave, a quick and easy fix for what to eat. Like that. Serial killer moms kill you kindly with devil dogs and funny bones, yodeling Yankee Doodle ding dong. And she serves them up with a smiling face and a happy morning sing song. Have you ever heard the saying, you are what you eat and drink and think, oh, forget about it, just blink. They have you occupied with alibis, serial killer moms killing you sweetly with whoopie pies, fries, and vats of red dye. All business lies. Disguised as food for thought, you are bought by corporate plots. Steal your shit while you wasn't looking. Busy eating Twinkies, drinking Speedies, and nuking pizzas in their pockets. There's corporate lies in all them pies. Little Debbie's and rainbow rockets. Serial killer moms.
Oh my goodness. Yo, that was insane. What? That was amazing.
That was really good.
Yeah. Albey though, can you turn up the bass just a notch or two? Cause I see you were trying to strum out something and we couldn't quite hear it. If you could just turn up like another notch or two.
Ooh.
That'd be
Bass
amazing.
loves to be turned up every time.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. Yo, cause what I tell you though, when we did the sound check earlier, I said, once you get that fire in your lungs, man, you're gonna be fucking drowning out the bass, baby. You gotta turn that bass up a little cause you're gonna get that fire in you, and I knew it.
Shit, I
But
never
wow,
want to drown
serial
out the
killer
bass.
moms, dude. My goodness. I'm so glad I'm recording this, man, because I'm gonna have it on YouTube. I can come back and watch it anytime I want.
Cool.
Much love. All right, I'm gonna let y'all keep going.
All right.
Yeah, here, give us a quick bass check real quick.
Bass. Bass.
There we go. Much better. Everybody can hear that good? We good?
Ooh, bass.
Yeah. All right, bet.
I'll have
There we
to
go.
speak up. You know,
Get
I
that
always
fire
walk my
lungs.
way around the city, mesmerized by crayon-colored skies. Stained glass sun dripping golden warmth on my naked face. Unmoored in the sea is the city of humanity. One ways do not apply to me. place I walk by on 2nd Avenue, where the homeless men piss on Mary, desecrating the statue of the Virgin, whispering unspeakables under their breath, screeching obscenities as passers-by, picking butts off the sidewalk, save for an after-dinner smoke. Escorting my friends on a Broadway tour. The world is for sale. Men's clothing, women's clothing, children's clothing, jewelry, home decor, and so much more. With a Starbucks for your Java fix at every other door. There's a place I walk by downtown where the homeless men piss on the ground of fallen martyrs. Swamped in the cancerous smell of homelessness, grasping at tiny bits of humanhood, helpless to keep their memories from dying. Walking my beat along East Houston Street, I watch the sun crawl along the skyline. Painting Manhattan skies. Radiating rainbows. Commanding beauty. Silencing the whir, if only for a moment. There's a place I walk by in Tompkins Park where the homeless men piss on Santa Claus. Roughly speaking words that pass for deep thought. Wrapped in blankets, sweaters, and caps. Breathing in stale air. Drinking from paper bags rested on granite tables. Spinning tails like tornadoes as beats boom on and on and on. Their beat up boombox. Making my way home down the avenue. Down East 3rd, past old friends and new. salutations of holas, what's up, and smiles to warm your soul. Because that's the way we roll. Down my block, on my street, in my city. You guys are awesome. Standing there listening, it's great.
Wow, yo, my goodness, dude.
Love it.
We were all just hypnotized in a trance, like the two of you together. Like this is what Open Minds is about, man. Like, oh, so good. So did you guys want to do another piece or two, or should we roll into
we're
the
ready.
second round?
We're ready.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Good.
All right.
Let's keep it going,
This
baby.
one's called Flux. For my teacher, who resides on the moon, busy contemplating contemplations that shape the reality of a dimensional self. Reminders of illusionary tactics of the mind to leave you behind. Dull your shine. Spirit beings summoned by dreams. Dancing to songs of celestial bodies. Listening to winds whisper silent secrets. Naked minds with no dressing, and the dreamer's moon laughs at my back. Ruby sparkled sky laid out on a velvet sea, summon the moon and sweet talk the sun. Dreaming of yesterdays and Saturn's rings and diamond snow and string spinning theories of planks that travel on a shimmer of not too long ago memories. Triangle suns born of stories told. Holes in time and Pharaoh's lost 2 days of old. I kissed the sky with rainbows gold. In the book of pages, passed down from the library of ages, eons of particle appear and disappear, expanding into the nothingness of a consciousness long forgotten. Yeah, when the night falls down upon us, the beginning of the end of 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 the beginning of the end. When the night falls down upon us, we are all allies in the silent struggle. All right, you want to go for one more? 25.
25 minutes? Yeah,
One more and then we'll break.
Yes, please. Yes, please. One more, and then what we'll do is I'll propose a writing exercise, and if we want to fucking ride on that for our second round, then yeah. But if you have something else you want to spit on the second round, roll with that. But what we'll do is go ahead, do one more. We'll take a 10. I'm just gonna say, if you feel like writing about this, write about this. Now we'll come back. We'll do round 2, and then y'all close us out, and then we'll I'll hang out afterwards and have a good time and chat or whatever. So.
Cool. Cool. I wrote this poem for the maestro Cecil Taylor. I wrote it on the day that I met him. Albey was in his band, and it was a beautiful day. It was on the Hudson River. It was at Castle Clinton. The sun was shining. People were there, and their trees were filled with dragonflies. I had never seen that many dragonflies in my life.
That's freaking majestic. That is absolutely majestic. You are blessed to see something like that. I'm excited to hear what you had to say about it.
Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Dragonflies dancing dreams of forgotten ancestors. Painting Manhattan skies with brick and glass and neon cells. Abstractions in captured flight, past skyscrapers that flash blue and red, hot spotlight beams, piano strings, bass, bass come and drum and drum. Sway the trees, lift the leaves, pass through me on their journey to foreverness. As exquisitely as dragons fly. Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Jane, Albey, y'all two.
Woo.
My goodness.
That was hypnotic.
That was transcendent, man.
Thank you. Thank you. That was so.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That was
Thank
so
you, my
dope,
bass
man.
player, Albey on bass, my soulmate, my sweetheart. This kid,
Yeah. And so that's why I co-hosted with my soulmate tonight too. I figured,
Yeah. See.
we share it up. Hey, you're like my aunt that I've never met. Straight up, you are part of our tribe forever. Like, I love you. My wife loves you. Like, we're so we're just enamored, and I'm so thankful and grateful that you decided to do this feature for us tonight. And we're gonna go ahead and do a little quick break, a writing exercise. We'll go for round 2, and then y'all got another set. You told me you was gonna do 2 35-minute sets. If y'all got another set ready after a quick break and a little poetry read.
And thank you to all you poets who showed up. My poet fam, you guys are awesome. We love you.
Okay, I'm back.
See you after the break.
Yeah. All right. So, while they're taking a break and getting things, we're gonna do a little exercise here. And I've been on this haiku trip recently because Chancellor is trying to beat the world record for haikus. So we're
actually really addicting.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get up. So there's 3 different there's 2 different types of haikus. You got the 5-7-5 and a 3-5-3. You could choose either one, 3-5-3, which is a little more difficult, or easy. It depends on what words you use. But I'd like us all to come back with a quick haiku, and then we'll run through that, and then we'll we'll share a poem round, and then we'll let them close us out with another beautiful set. And then if you guys want to stick around afterwards, you know, I got the unlimited Zoom. We can be on this thing all night. So,
Oh no.
So the topic for this haiku is gonna be.
I'm just writing it.
Oh, I thought that was. Oh, you're writing.
I'm
it
already started one.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So the topic for this haiku is gonna be. Oh, it's a senru, not a haiku. 3-5-3 is a senru. Well, I thank you very much for that, Dee. Appreciate that. That's knowledge.
I like those.
All right, so either a senru or a either a senru or a haiku. It shouldn't take us long. You know what I'm saying? We're all creative. We got the juices flowing. And let me pick a topic real quick. I'm gonna say nature.
Yay!
Okay.
So let's see. Yeah, we got 7 minutes. We're gonna take a 7-minute break. So 45 after. We got 7 minutes. Go refill your drinks, use the restroom. You know, think while you're sitting on the toilet, whatever. Think of a little haiku or senru, and we'll go. Looks like Rose is gone, but we love you. I hope you'll be back.
Catch the video when you can.
Yeah. All right. You have a wonderful evening, and we'll see y'all in 7 minutes. Everybody, let's get our creative juices flowing. All right, y'all. It's been about 7 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and real quickly just run through everybody who participated in the writing experiment. Since they're all haiku or senjus, we're gonna run. Got nothing on the haiku, so that's fine. Dee Allen, that's cool. Senru, no senju or senru. I'm not Japanese.
Senru.
Yeah, I'm not Japanese though. But I'm so close. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run through everybody who participated in the writing exercise, and then we're gonna start round 2. I'll go ahead and spark it off real quick. Nature was the thing. I actually wrote both a senru and a haiku. So for my senru 3-5-3, it's fallen tree, oh so beautiful. Why fall here? And then for my haiku, it was leaves rot, forgotten. The wind sheared you hard. You are not forgotten. And yeah, I'm no poet or anything, but you know.
I did a fall one too.
All right, so she got one going too.
Did a senru.
A senru.
Trees so tall, September leaves fall, cover us all.
Right. All right, so whoever had it on the writing exercise, just go ahead and raise your hand or speak up, whoever wants to go next. So Diane, if you want to go ahead and hear and spit the nature haiku.
Okay, I did the senru. I do haikus, and I also do daikus, which are haikus without having to deal with nature. So I did a senru. I did a senru. I'm going to read it fast before you lose me. And again, we both picked the same topic. It's so interesting. Here's my senru. A leaf fell. I fell afterwards. Then we kissed.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we both picked the same topic, but I'm sure we all agree that yours was much better than mine.
Would you please pick me up off the ground? I need to be picked up off the ground after that one.
Yeah, yeah. My jaw is down here. Ooh. All right, so let's see. I'm going just by order that I see on the screen here. So Prop, go ahead. You're up next, buddy.
Man, I'm gonna ruin the energy. Ambiguous sun rises over the scorched earth. Soon, mother will wake.
Oh, fuck. Good. All right. Mattie, you're up next, girl.
It's 575, right?
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay. The ground weeps over. Wish yourself another wake. Even the dead can.
Ooh, that was nice too. She took the nature and fucking really ran with it there. Like that was good. All right, so Generalissimo, you're next.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the thing. I just did 2 haikus.
That's fine. Go for it. Cause you missed out on the first round.
No, I just arrived. I just got to my house recently, so I was out to dinner. Well, actually, the first one has the word nature in it. It is not in my nature to not ask questions when I need answers.
Ooh.
The second one is the action of brewing tea from loose leaves can leave me feeling all loosened up.
Ooh. Both of those are amazing. And I like how you like twisted the nature concept on the first one. All right, Deadpan Lizzie, you're next, baby. What we got?
I did a senru. I took a lot of a poetic license with this one. It's called An Ode to Weed. The Mary Jane that I breathe in encapsulates me.
Yeah. There's quite a few potheads here at Open Minds, Open Mics, and we all enjoyed that one for sure.
Hey, speak for yourself. Well, you can speak for me too. That's cool.
Oh, it's
hey, I'm
no
not even that
secret.
big of a pothead. My wife's more of the pothead, but you know, I smoke here and there. You know. Sarah
No, the
Miller, you're
beanie
next.
god,
You got us a haiku
the
or
beanie
something?
god chokes up.
Yeah, right. Sarah, what you got for
Okay,
us?
here we go. The crickets and cicadas are chirping the night away. The owls and bats are hunting as well as other nocturnal creatures when the birds like blue jays and robins are asleep. And the trees and building structures are amazing. The rocks and mountains are all around us.
Amazing. Yeah, that was beautiful. Okay, so I believe David, did you have a senru or a haiku for us, David Wolfman?
Okay.
There you go. What'd you do, a senru or a haiku?
I was feeling rebellious, so I'm quoting Cassius Clay, me, we. That's the shortest poem in the English language, and he wrote it when asked if he would do that by a reporter while he was in the ring.
Me, so cool. We. Beautiful. One of the greatest poems there. It actually takes me back to one of Propaganda Poet's quotes where he said, or I don't know if it was a quote or if it was from him, but I remember Propaganda Poet said, God identifies as we. Now think about it. So now we're going to go ahead and start round 2. And first on the docket, we're going to have Sarah Miller. Sarah.
Oh my.
I know you didn't have nothing written for the first one, but give us another rant. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us how
okay.
What this night's been like for you. You got 5 minutes on the mic, girl. It's your time to shine, man. We all listening.
Now I'm brain stuck on nature.
Go ahead and spit about nature. Go in on it, man.
The walks with the dogs are always interesting because whenever I go, because the dogs are so different. So one is like so much calmer and not as reactive, whereas Rose is very reactive and will pull you at any chance that she can get. And so a lot of times on our walks, we get pulled. I get pulled over to Camille's house because she wants to be friends with her cat, Kinsasha, and they do not get along because she is so hyper. And so it gets interesting because it's like I'm always having to bring her to continue our walk around the neighborhood where there's lots of like trees and different building structures. There's a lot of different flowers and the sun is out, or sometimes if I do it at night, there would be like a beautiful, pretty sunset and all sorts of different little things around on our walks. There could be lots of dogs or squirrels or like things like that where will drive one of the dogs absolutely crazy. The one of the dogs doesn't know how to share with the rest of the neighborhood. And my dog Rebel, he's like chill, like he'll share. It's like, and Rebel's like, calm down, you crazy dog. Like, just calm down, because she's so hyper. It's like, I don't want, and they didn't really get off on the best foot. So it's like, he's like, oh, because of that, it's like, oh, I don't want you on me, blah, 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 blah. Where if it starts off good, he's like, oh, I'll roughhouse with you. But if it doesn't, he's like, nope, just leave me alone. Like, they'll cuddle, but very little because Rose is too hyper to stay for very long. But it's like so funny because it's like they're so different, but at the same time it's like so funny seeing their different personalities. But it's like,
That's awesome. That's
it's
amazing.
like,
I'm glad that you got these two cool dogs to walk with and stuff. That must be very just very amazing and fun. Like, animals really connect to your soul, man. Like, animals can speak to you on levels that people can't. Like, and so I'm so glad that you got these two dogs to run with, man.
dogs will bark, literally just bark, and it's like you can just understand what they're saying, and it's just so funny and crazy, and it's adorable because they watch out for you constantly.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so let's see, who do we got next on the list here? Hey, Generalissimo.
Well, I'm going to start with this piece that was just published in Stick Figure Poetry. It's called "I So Badly Wish to Exist in Your Ink." I like watching you from afar when you write your poetry. When I hear your pen scratch against paper as I watch from the other room. When your emotions are transformed into ink. I hope the thoughts encompassed in the ink are about me, about how I like to lay my head on your pillow when you wake and rise before me, how those moments you are absent from our bed leads me to your scent, how I taste your tangerine lip balm whenever you enter a room, how my mirror is more honest when you look me in the eyes, how I am no longer afraid to cry in front of others, how knowing you exist in my life tells my tears it's okay to fall, how the sound of your voice lets me know hugs still exist. I hope the thoughts that become your poetry are laced with the love I feel for you, the love you infuse into my heart with your love. And I'm going to do these two poems that I did recently in a workshop.
Before you start again, let's all give it up for that, because I'm sure all of the women in the room are just swooning over your words, man. Like, my wife's over here going, oh, and I know everybody, I know all the women in this room that, like, you killing it, buddy. So go ahead and bless us with some more of your beautiful words, my good sir.
Okay, so these next two poems were written in a recent workshop run by Amanda Villanueva. She does one at the first of every month. It's a really fantastic workshop. So the first is called Because the Price of Postage Stamps Has Risen Exponentially. When you came back to my place a second night in a row, you commented that my bed wasn't fully made. I explained that I never tucked the covers into the mattress because I like to sleep with my feet outside the sheets. Even in the winter, if the covers are tucked in, getting out of bed can be a chore. That next morning after you left, I realized how claustrophobic tucked in sheets make me feel. I had only made up the bed in anticipation of your return, and you returned for as long as we lasted. Making the bed was like preparing a journal of secret love letters by turning the journal to a fresh page and leaving it open in the desk drawer to write a new letter every morning after you walked away. The day would be another day of us living our separate lives while in the throes of infatuation. The second the sun peeked through the blinds, you woke, showered, dressed. Sometimes we drank coffee together. After you left, I wrote you a love letter. Turned the page, placed the book in the drawer, shut the drawer, went about my day and hoped there'd be another love letter in our future. And one more piece, which is called A Self-Portrait Painted with Thought. My every noisy emotion gets splashed onto an imaginary canvas made from an abandoned wooden door I found dumpster diving. My art gallery has mosaics made of other people's junk that finds a home in my psyche. I transform turmoil into rejection, recycled, and the type of surreal beauty that can only be felt through dreaming and chasing windmills. Dumpsters outside high-rises on the Upper East Side, filled with a lifetime of belongings, are a goldmine for this emotional artist who creates art in his mind rather than in a studio with canvases or paint or any tangible media. My life retrospective exhibit will have lines around the block for opening night at the Guggenheim. All the walls will be blank with description cards of the art instead of actual art on the walls. Before the night is over, everyone there will see something they threw away from their life. Thank you.
Wow, that was beautiful, man. I would love if you could share some of the images of your art gallery. Like, that'd be amazing, man. Any links you got, man? Like, post links in the chat, because.
Well, I will say that I do a twice a month on the first and third Monday of every month. I have my own Zoom open mic called Cafe Generalissimo, Through the Word is Right, and I will put all that information in the chat, as well as how you can buy my book, which is called Everything I Think Is All in My Mind.
Yes, please. Yeah, I would love to join in on that, man. And like I said, everybody else, if you have any links you want to share, you want to contact, put it in the chat afterwards. I always personally send out an email to everybody with all the contact information. It's big up. I try to connect everybody. We're trying to create a collective community of creative people. So here at Open Minds, man, like, share links. Let's link up. Let's make art together. Let's make this world a better place through our creativity. And so next we got Mattie. Go ahead, Mattie. You found your poem?
Yeah, I found my poem, and I also have another very short one that its total is under 5 minutes. Can I do both?
Cool. Yep, you could do both. You missed out on the first round. We're here all ears, babe.
Okay. I don't have a name for this one. It's just part of a 30-30. They both are. Okay, first one. A scar has no nerves. It makes itself so it will feel nothing. A scar is a valley made in the middle of a stone, and my body knows how to fill the space. When one tree is sick, it will tell the others, I have to go now. It will uproot itself just to save a home that it will never, ever come back to. Some people scar worse than everyone else, and I'm sorry, but I still want to remember. A scar is how we apologize over and over for something that happened to us. It still hurts. You could take the blame from me so I don't have to. All these keloids are just failed attempts at forgiveness. A mountain out of a molehill shame me until I cannot apologize anymore. Trees are connected by one single root system, a single mind for an entire ocean. Sometimes one ember is all it takes, makes a whole sea of green beg for a chance to apologize. How is it that we always hear nothing? I have to go now. After everything is put to rest, I think I will still be angry.
Wow. All right, before you do that second one, let's all give it up. Like, that was beautiful, man. Scars, like valleys in the rock, dude.
Thanks. Okay, here's my other one. I don't think I fall in love in real time. Call it amnesic or absent-minded. Call it retroactive grief. Street signs are upside down with the doorbell missing because I dream and story as if it were true. I have been a child for so many birthdays, a pain body stuck inside 16 like forever. Every so often, I dream of boys who never hurt me, who could have maybe loved me, but instead didn't. One is a dream of my best friend in 4th grade. Astral project to my kitchen. You and I, we are both 4 foot something, putting red, blue, and yellow hand-painted handprints on the water cooler in the pantry. We are shaving potatoes to make French fries with my dad, but I don't burn myself on the oil, and you don't forget about me. Sometimes in my dreams, we are older, but you are still only my best friend all over again. I haven't seen you in 18 years. Last night, I had a dream that I was something like undressed or just honest for once. My head laying on this broad chest, this handsome, this elegy, this sweet football player that I once kissed in the backseat of my car in high school. He has his arm around me and we are laughing about sawdust like we are chainsaws, a house being built around us, a dream. But at the 10-year reunion, he won't remember my face. And it's not that I don't care about what we did behind the bleachers, but it's just that he was the only person that I told my mom had cancer. He was nice to me. Fuck math class, like, are you doing okay? Like, text me if you need me. And I just don't know why I didn't. I just got tired of the hangover. Reckon I'll cause myself one of those fits just from wishing. I'm 26 now and storm-proofed by a choir of drunk goodbyes. So I close my eyes and there he is, just a boy who kissed me and meant it. We both had those stupid expensive calculators that graphed out math that I literally never understood. And to this day, I have nightmares that I didn't study for algebra, but back then, 16, we flirted by passing notes on them stupid, expensive calculators until the teacher put us on different seats on opposite sides of the room. He never fucked me, and I'm glad he didn't. He never told me he loved me, and I'm glad he didn't do that to me either. That he is a safe memory. Yeah, I've fallen in love wide awake, but mostly I fall in love when I'm asleep. Every other night, really. Breathing heavy in past tense and goodbyes that didn't actually ever really happen. He was nice to me when I was 16. When I wore a preppy shirt with a collar underneath and he laughed and told me he liked the black eyeliner, black hair, skinny jeans, band tee, emo girl better, that I looked much better as myself. And when he said that, he meant it. And he won't bring himself to look me up now because he probably won't remember me now, but I have, and I do, by name, by school, by the handprints on my waist. And it's embarrassing that my body still wants to come for him, to find him, tell him about how I caused myself a fit just from wishing nearly every night, heavy and hot breath, like praying underneath a house fire, sawdust embers, and the whole thing is up in flames. I try not to care, but in the morning, sometimes it takes me a while to remember it's just a dream.
Wow.
That was excellent,
Yeah.
Mattie. Excellent.
Mattie, that was beautiful.
Great narration. Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
thank you.
I told you last week, you need to write a Netflix series, man. Like, I would watch that. Like, you need to start writing screenplays and write a Netflix series. Like, we all want to watch it.
That shit's addicting.
Dee Allen, you're next.
And the last poem I'm going to do for tonight is called Morning Alarm. It's morning again, and the first sound I hear rousing me from dreamless rest, pulling me back into consciousness, comes live and direct from nature, from sky, from long pointy black beak, swift as the crow will fly. Short, sharp repetitions of calls, calling the sleeping world to awaken. Sounds from a blackbird's throat, more effective than a round, battery-powered clock on the shelf. Morning alarm from Brother Crow stirs my limbs into rather sluggish movements, enables my body to rise from the mattress on the cold brick floor, take 6 steps to the lavatory in half light, flick of the switch and my ritual begins. From towel rack to washcloth to towel to soap bar to hot shower to sink to mirror to can of Barbasol cream to razor. Afterwards, I look forward to my favorite part of this new day, meatless breakfast. Hash brown patties, seitan bacon strips, bowl of applesauce, hot cup of peppermint tea, sometimes cold cup of carrot juice, and cherry-colored liquid vitamin B12 drops on my tongue, vegan's best friend, savoring it all like a soul kiss from a fine sister. Topping off the routine, discussing the crow's call during the blue hour with my pen, through adding the next poem to my notebook. And that last poem was called Morning Alarm. And that piece has something to do with the natural world as well, or one of the denizens of the natural world, the crow, flying over my house and calling me and the rest of the block to wake up and face the new day. And that poem and the first one I did earlier comes from a new anthology called Black Rootedness, 54 poets from Africa to America, now available from Elysier Press. From this mic to your ears, I'm Dee Allen. Thanks for listening.
Dee Allen, man, that was wonderful. That was amazing. Hey, I really hope you come back. Open Minds family, we will always welcome you with open arms, brother. I want to hear more what you got to say. So next on the list, we got Elizabeth. Cool.
Of course,
cool.
cool.
Green light.
Lizzie, hit him.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jen. Well, your set was fire. Always good to hear you, Albey. And I'm going to read an epic panku from my book. So an epic panku is 729 words, so 9 lines, 9 stanzas, 9 words each line. This one is called A Long Day's Journey, or A Lifetime I Create. Sitting in my own pain and sorrow, wishing I was not surprised by the crap that was thrown in my face as I walked the brisk streets of the concrete jungle I need a break from, in hope of one more commission before I take a long hiatus from renting apartments and transition to luxury sales. Owning I'm a power broker regardless of what the other poets say, and choose to not understand if they grab them like hard, like they're giving an unwanted hand job, sitting here listening to nothing because I'm bored of my own playlist as backdoor covers run through my mind, sipping on lime seltzer because my empty water bottle fell in the subway yesterday. And though I wash the fear, will I become more sickly from the jungle shit? Am I rechargeable like the batteries, or I am on a road to expiring like the almond milk in my Kiki fridge, like my friendship with the person who named my refrigerator? I think of the person and all I hear is static music. What used to make my heart flutter now makes my stomach turn like pasta boiling on my shitty rent-controlled Upper West Side apartment, wishing they'd stop covering me in fetishized love. Thinking about my life as I transition from one side of the park to the other, I suffer what most would say is a severe nervous breakdown. I do not know why I sat down and not as great as I thought it would be, glass shower in the freezing cold 2-bedroom apartment, letting the water run over my naked body and fragile mind. Why do I sit on the floor for minutes? Did I need to, or was I simply copying what I'd seen in the movies? Did it help? Not really. Did I guide myself to a safer space? Yes. Did I make the right decision by leaving? Part-time suburban versus the other time in the city? I think so. Only time will tell. Today the country won as I dragged myself back to what some would say posh flat, as I went home with no commission in fear that I'd bounce from rental check to sales and hop from island to island. If the management will come through, $1,000 is no small fee, and one I am owed. Walking through down under the Manhattan-Brooklyn Bridge this late morning and early afternoon, I remembered why I love Brooklyn and why I love Dumbo, the neighborhood, not the film. It is gorgeous and showcases my favorite other blue blanket, the East River. I glided past the water and looked up at the historic piece of New York. I was not able to figure out until I got back to the train how I walk on it. Disappointing, like the check that has not been written. But when you rent real estate, you rent my time too. But it is the risk that realtors take walking through the post-blizzard Manhattan snow in order to close a deal, terrorizing my mind like the ride in the MGM Studios Disney World, the elevator bumpy up to headquarters and the carpet as well to the accountant's office. My sword has been stuck all 2022, all 30 years of my life in the stone like Arthur. I cannot pull it out. But when will the sword finally give me some wiggle room? Is it when I die? Is this too morbid a prose for me? Am I allowed to be upset, disappointed, frustrated, scared, unhappy? Am I allowed to be happy ever? Sitting on my maternal grandparents' Floridian couch, period cramps hit on my body and mind. I finished the panku, no ibuprofen to relieve my pain. Day 2 of my cycle, the cramps another day on my journey to pain never leaving. Stronger than day 1, I can remember the last time I had powerful period cramps on the second full day of my cycle. I hope on day 3 they subside. I need to catch a break, and I believe I do deserve one, do you? The skyscrapers closed in on me and I let them win. My journey through life, not dancing right now, or perhaps tomorrow night, but will I choreograph a dance again when the time feels right? Thank you. It's Kunda Bean.
Yeah.
What a journey.
That was cool, man. I like that. What was that called?
So I created a style of poetry at the beginning of the year called Pankus, Pankus. Pan for deadpan, Deadpan Lizzie. There are 3 types of 9-word poems. There are 9 words, or the second type is 9 by 9, so 89 words. And then the one I just read is an epic Panku, which is 9 stanzas, 9 lines, 9 words per line, so 729 lines. The first book of Pankus came out this year, Kunda Beanie with Red Green Books. Terry Rose and Brian are also a part of the publishing house. And then we did our first LGBTQ art anthology, which Brian is also a part of out loud. So a lot of people in the room already know me and know this. Propaganda Poet reviewed it. The Chameleon poet, Cheryl Sherson, reviewed it too. Brian's a part of it. So we're very proud of all the work we do at that publishing house.
Excellent. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. You created your own style of poetry.
Yeah.
So I had a special request from the Chameleon Poet. You ready to go now?
I'm here. I've been writing for every month for the Inktober. Yeah, that's it.
Inktober. All right, go ahead and bless us. Let's all give a warm, open mind welcome to the Chameleon Poet.
And these are short pieces. So the first one is Gargoyle. Residing in crevices, guarding gateways, gargoyles gather loathsome faces, thought to exercise the very thing they project. Ironic, isn't it? And the next one is Bat. Bat in the hat, always feared them, getting tangled in my hair.
Oh my goodness.
The next one is Scallop. Shells contain creature that some like to broil in butter. For others, its presence in throat presents choking hazard. All right, so the next one is Flame. Amy Winehouse voice belts out, for you, I was a flame. Anthem for lost lovers, final refrain.
Nice, that was good.
I have my dog Violet one, and I always have to have something in there about my dog. So this one, the prompt is scurry. Violet, my dog, was scurrying through the house yesterday, chasing after something. I thought she was just messing around.
I like that.
I have one more. The prompt is bouquet. The flowers are dead, cut off in their prime, drooping from lack of water or care. Take your pick.
Oh, I like that.
That's clever.
That's good.
I love doing these because they're short and they're easy. I got one more. I didn't realize I have one more. This is my last one for today. The prompt for today was trip. What a long, strange trip. Busted my toe on the sidewalk. Beware of unprotected footwear.
Beware of unprotected footwear. Trip. Up next, we have Diane Ward.
I'm going to read another poet's work. Dr. Robert J. Woodbine, he has a book that just came out, Canela con miel y clavos, which is cinnamon with honey and nails. I'll put the information in the chat. It's called Prelude to a Kiss. In the moist darkness of the soul rests a familiar feeling, and when we dare not look away, the inevitable smile blossoms. We adjust our bellies so the buttons align like the stars above and feel just right before we squeeze. And for this moment, we are apart together as the prelude to pillowed whispers and incantations of words, stripped and unarmored, hearts open, singing of life and kisses, wet, soft, lingering, and everlasting.
That was beautiful.
That was very beautiful, yes.
That was amazing. And you performed it so well. Yeah, let's give it all up for Dave Wolfman. Yeah.
Control. This is not an experiment. This is not here. This is not what you think it is. It's not that either. This is the place where all things meet. Because everything meets in every place was met. I want to talk to the janitor. I want to talk to the janitor. Give me the time. I'll make my way up. I'll find the words of the senator. Up with frequency, down with noise. Let it go to the end of a very small clip.
Yo, again, blowing our friggin' minds with that, dude.
Thanks for the opportunity to do this. I never get to do this anymore.
Yeah, no problem, man. We're here every Friday night, man. If you want to come hang out with us and share some music, that's great. Chameleon, it was great seeing you. I hope to see you again soon.
All right.
It looks like we got Lani in here.
Yes, Lani. Yes, Lani.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
Go ahead, Lani. It's all you.
Okay, so it's called Little Hands, Big Hugs. Distressed memory, oh, how your sweetness drives me to peace. Many years of silent tears you wiped away. I remember your birthday when someone adopted you, a stranger who told me you'd love me. when I had no idea what love was. There you were, the light that replenished me in a world full of darkness, darkness that I felt I'd never escape. Hugging you tightly, but feeling guilty for throwing you under the bed. Just before the door would creak open, I don't think you ever knew why. I wanted to keep them from seeing the love they never wanted me to have. They say you're just a doll, but seeing you lying there face down reminded me of that little tomboy that loved nature, who was forced to wear floral dresses and turtlenecks to hide the wounds, to be still and perfectly silent. You understood me. At times I felt no one else did. The understanding we had and the truth you knew from deep within me calmed my worries to sleep. It gave me Dorothy's faith, convinced me I could be her magic slippers. I could let myself drift away to a real home. The little heart that helped me escape from the reality that saw me repeatedly thrown away. You were the one that considered me. You were the glue that everyone needed to puzzle their heart back together. I adored you, but I knew you had to remain my secret. My reality may not have been safe, but around you, chaos and pain sounded like lullabies. Around you, pain and misery looked like unicorns and butterflies until the trembling that struck me like bolts of thunder somehow ceased to exist. I knew back then, if they saw you from my view, they would rip you away, like my sense of worth. I felt guilty that you probably also felt like me, thrown away, having no idea why, but I hope now you know. I'll never forget how we kept each other. We looked out for each other. When I endured agony, I was still somehow okay. It was you that showed me that none of it was my fault. You that reminded me that someday I'd grow goals like Rapunzel did her hair so that the love I had within me would break the chains that kept me trapped. You showed me the significance of a hug, and now I give the best ones. You showed me what a safe embrace felt like. You always soaked up my tears. When I united with you again from all the years we spent apart, I realized the emptiness I felt as you were packed away with the innocence of my inner child, the one that secured me, that protected my soul from demons. I used to admire you at a distance. See you smile back at me from the windows. I still cherish you and want to spread your impact. I pass you down, not to throw you away, but to gift the world with your love. Thank you for being a generational cure today. I give you the biggest hug, for you will never have to be thrown under a bed. Tonight, you nestle with warmth with the biggest hug. The only place you will ever be slightly hidden is in my little niece's arms. I see you there, and I remember you just as you were before. And as I feel your presence move its way back in, I feel love do the same as it moves its way right back into my heart. Thank you guys.
Wow, that was so beautiful and deep. The emotion in that was amazing. Lani, I would really appreciate it if you stuck around after the feature and shared some more words with us, because that was just beautiful. Prop, it's on you, buddy.
First, I want to share a very brief story with you. When I was living on Crow Creek Reservation in South Dakota, an old Lakota man told me this story, and I wanted to share it all with you today. Many moons ago, when Creator was still experimenting and having fun, Creator created these vast, amazing creatures and called them dragons and put them out into the universe. And they were so powerful and so great that they started to believe that they were better than Creator. And so Creator, in order to teach them a lesson in humility, turned them all into dragonflies. So I'm going to share.
That's crazy.
I'm going to share a song with you. This is not my song. Respect to the late great John Lennon. As soon as you're born, they make you feel small by giving you no time instead of it all. Till the pain is so big you feel nothing, nothing at all. They hurt you at home and they hit you at school. They hate when you're clever and they despise the fool. Till they're so fucking crazy you can't follow their rules. As a working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. They've tortured and scared you for 20 odd years, and they expect you to pick a career, but you can't fully function. You're so full of fear. They keep you drugged with religion and sex and TV, and you think you're so clever and classless and free, but you're still fucking peasants as far as they see. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. But don't you worry, there is room at the top, they are telling you still. But first you must learn how to smile as you kill, if you want to be the king of the hill. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something. If you want to be a hero, then don't follow me.
This man said, if you want to be a hero, then don't follow me.
Actually, the heroes are about to follow me, so I totally am going to edit that line because the heroes are about to come up, and I'm so proud.
I've been told I've been a hero before. I've saved a few people's lives. I pulled out people from burning cars that have been stabbed. I pulled people out of oceans, and I'll follow you. I'll fucking put my chain mail on and follow you to battle any day, brother. That was amazing. We had such amazing people come on and spit their poetry. We got the wonderful, the fantastic, the mind-blowing.
All right, this is one of my older pieces that I've added on over the years. I am part of the conspiracy that conjures truth and knowledge. And I am in this physical life born to a seeking voyage. The truth above all else brings a new reality. Question the questioner. Examine the examiner. Because you see, you mustn't believe their lies. You have tuned in, plugged in, bought in, opted in, texted in, and Wi-Fi'd in. But there will be no email notification when it begins. Because, my brothers, the revolution will not be televised. And no, no, my sisters, the revolution will not be digitized. The revolution will not be televised, digitized, matrixized, advertised, or any otherwise. It will not be. We got bushwhackers, Chads weren't mechanized. And they gave us a war with no body bags, so toe tags can't be visualized. Brought fear to panic in true political style. Fattening up their war machines, smiling all the while spewing visions of global democracies. Politicized alibis, freedom fries, and gossip trivialities. As voices tweet in the faraway east, here in America, the censoring beast is alive and thriving. Spying and prying and flagging what you're posting. They have you Facebook, Twittered, and Googleized as you dream your life politicized. You answered wise with smart lies. Blindly believing that freedoms are a guaranteed prize. Blindly believing that the world of the digitized is for private eyes. Unwittingly occupied and compromised, you got your cable TV and your digital Blu-ray to high-speed deliver their delusions your way, to keep you lost in confusion, stuck to illusion. Is it or is it not the same old thing in this our America, land of the free? Where the orange man resident with a wig hat on lurks behind the curtain perpetrating his con. Where pigs shooting down brothers all across our nation. Where whitey's wasting black folks is on newsfeed rotation. Where the cheesehead governor blocked the sites united, where Facebook friends are no longer cited with dissenting opinions and think us free, are amended and deleted. They simply cease to be. In this, our America, land of hypocrisy. And the revolution will not be brought to you by MSN, CNN, or some bullshit called Fox. And the revolution will not be delivered to your door by Verizon, Time Warner, or Cox. Brothers and sisters, there is no map to identity. When you question your reality, a crucial detail will arise. The revolution ain't about your flashy bling. And the revolution ain't about your G-phone thing. And the revolution will not happen between some lies. And the revolution will not happen between Ms. Jones' thighs. And the revolution will not be televised, and the revolution will not be digitized live because the revolution is not online. The revolution is in your mind, and it will be poeticized. The revolution will be poeticized. It will be poeticized. It will be, it will, it is, because the revolution is the revolution.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. If you got another one or two more for us, man, we would really appreciate that, Jane. Thank you so much
one
again
more
for
for you.
coming up, featuring. One more? Yes. Thank you.
All right. Cool. Beckoned by the night, wrapped in a cloak of dark, I abandoned my coffee cup and roaches to the ashtray. Captivated by the exquisite sound of silence. Listening to the unheard, mesmerized by moonbeams softly ambered. If moonbeams were a poem, that would be me. Deep into ink black skies I ride, past paisley moons and purple skies. I sleep to awaken my dreams. To gaze into the future of 1,000 years. To whisper sweet lullabies into the air. If lullabies were a poem, that would be me. Dark shadows fade as new days dawn bright. Burned at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Unveils my voice to the morning light. As time rewrites in black and white, I had too much to dream last night. If dreams were a poem, that would be me. Thank you all so much for sticking around. Thank you guys for having us.
That was so awesome.
Jane, Albey, wow, you guys blew all of our minds, man. Yo, God bless. That was amazing, man. I'm so glad that you guys did this. Like,
thank you.
Wow.
Thanks for inviting us. And again, thank you, poets, for hanging. G,
Yeah,
everybody, these guys are
it's
dope.
almost 10 o'clock EST Eastern time, so it's like it's gotten pretty late, but hey, it's been amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, hey, and we're still gonna be here for a little while afterwards. I know that a few of us still want to stick around and chat and do some things. I gotta ask you, because I had a question here in chat. What's up with that painting behind you, that tapestry? Who did it? Where is it from? Who?
It's a beautiful Native American tapestry made by the Lakota tribe, and it's breathtaking.
It is. It's absolutely gorgeous. What a backdrop for such an amazing performance, man. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart that y'all came through and did this feature for us, because this was one of my favorite nights so far. I know we just started doing this and all, but like this has been a night to remember, and I'm excited to keep in contact with y'all and do more of this. And
Okay, I want everybody to
Can I ask Dan a
remember
question?
what
Yeah,
Tate?
Generalissimo. Go ahead, buddy. What you got?
Because I know I recognize that last poem. Was that the one that in the new Gen Beat anthology?
Yes.
Oh, I remember reading it. And it just took me away. I think I actually read it at an open mic once. Because once you
Thank
put
you,
it in an
David.
anthology, anyone can read it. So, but
Thank you.
yeah, that's such a special poem.
Thank you.
Yeah, see,
And I
it's
want
one thing
everybody
read.
to remember with acquiescence, we are all related.
Yes.
Also,
We are all
Jane
one
and
family.
also
Open
Jane,
minds, baby. Open
also
minds.
Jane and Albey. What's really inspiring is that I have ADHD and my doctor recognized I'm autistic. And what I've learned about me is poems really help me like process and understand my emotions. So when someone comes out like that, it really helps me because of the difficulties I go through with a lot of speech difficulties that don't seem to be present. Like sometimes you can tell if I stutter, but other times it's like no one would understand that I struggle. So it's like it's really inspiring to see others come out and be able to do such an amazing job and not be like, oh, I'm not go full out, because sometimes it makes me nervous. It makes my brain nervous to the point where it's like, oh, can I do this, do that? And it's like, so it's like really inspiring to be able to see things that are really helpful to see, you know?
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent. And I know I suffer from ADHD, and I might be have a touch of autism. I might be a little bit on the spectrum. I know Mattie just discovered that she had a bit of autism too, and I think that really it's not a disability, it's a gift. It's a gift of creativity, and as long as we're able to have that voice and to speak up and to be understood, like it makes a world of difference. And so I think, what Sarah's trying to say is like, thank y'all for being that voice for us who can't get those emotions out.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, girl.
Love you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you, Propaganda. Thanks for the plug on my book, yo.
Definitely. Hey,
Good night,
post the links in the
everybody.
thing or email me. God bless. We're gonna stick around. We'll see y'all next Friday, hopefully too. But we're all gonna stick around. We're gonna get another round of poetry in here. So I'm so glad y'all did this for us, man. And for everybody who's staying, we could go all night, man. It's till the last person clicks exit on the meeting. You know what I'm saying? The last poet standing, bro. The last poet standing. I know Shockie G showed up. Bro, Shockie G is so dope. I'm so glad they showed up.
I don't think I've heard them before.
Can I say something about Shockie G?
Yeah.
She's so dope. I get a contact I just know, and she's in the room.
What? So dope. I get a contact high from knowing they in the room, bro. That's Shockie G. If that ain't love, I don't know what is, bro.
He's my uncle. He has to say that.
Okay. Hey, but still, that's it. Just cause he's your uncle, it doesn't make that shit false. I get it. As soon as I seen you pop in, I was like, yo, hold on. Hey, we about to end, but you better stick around and spit some words for us. Like, yo. Hey, so I think I'm gonna set off the third round here. Waters flow, rivers grow, push banks to outer brinks. Your soul shines, a shrine we lovingly crafted for you, my sweet baby blue. As long as the sun beams, I'll dream of you. Seems you left too soon, seen in every room, in every flower's bloom, every moment spent under the moon. Sent to us from her, an angel disguised in fur. The size of your purr is in, sir.
meowtable. Your eyes were a mountain full, a gaze to be praised. It's safe to say you were a meowsing, arousing my curiosity when you played. The pure luminosity of your brain left a stain. It's never been the same. I think of you often, soft and strong. Your spirit will live on.
I love that one.
Since we all sticking around having a good time, Shockie G ain't got to read nothing tonight. So Shockie, I would love to hear some of them words. If you want to go ahead and kick off round 3.
Sure, I can read something. Yeah, I got this one called Baller. I watch him move his body like poetry, left, right, in between. At first, I am happy to be in the audience. Scream every time he hits a jump shot. The sport has always been my life. The way I've seen people defy gravity, I have felt close to flying. I remember days I could not stop. When a basketball was my only friend. When a hardwood floor held all my secrets between its planks. These were my happiest memories. Long before age turned my body into a mausoleum of regret, where my legs have forgotten what rhythm feels like, and my back is a symphony of nooks and crannies too painful to hold up a memory. These days, I wish I could pull my youth from the basement, try it on, hem the seams to fit this body, have the mirror smile back, remind me I was someone worth loving once, that I still am, that even when time has feasted on this body, licked its fingers clean, I will still be more than just a shell of my former self, a deflated basketball on a blacktop court. So I watch him dance around the pavement, play puppeteer with a ball, leave defenders hopeless. Run it back, they say. I drop a tear, wishing life still worked that way.
Wow. That was dope. I think we all love that. That before my
fucking
age turned my
awesome.
body into a mausoleum. Like, oh, that was awesome. So
Don't Shockie and drive, everyone.
yeah,
Yeah,
right?
right?
Yeah, for sure. Don't Shockie and drive. I'll make a t-shirt. Hey, I'll print them t-shirts. We making a t-shirt company. We got a sticker company already out. We're gonna make t-shirts soon. I'm gonna send you a Don't Shockie and drive t-shirt, man. Sarah, if you want to go ahead and do one more first, and then we'll go to Mattie and then Lani and then Shockie.
The
And I want
color
to hear another one from
orange
Prop.
is so bright. It is almost blinding. The lights on the stoplights are bright as the color of the sun. The sun is as bright as the night sky. The moon shines from the sun shines. The sun lights up the moon for the night bright moonlight that covers the ground. The ground is wet, green, and mildewy in the morning. It is kind of warmish, and the dogs go outside and run and get all muddy from the rain that happened last night. Therefore, a storm rolled when you were sleeping, and the pitter patters of the rain were so hard that it was so relaxing. One thing about me that a lot of you may not know is that my nickname is Stormy, and that's because when I was born, I was born pretty much between two thunderstorms at the same time. So that's kind of how I got that nickname. So it's like whenever the storm comes, it's like, it's like time to go sleep. Because that's how my brain works. It's like whenever I hear rain, it's like makes me sleepy. But that's about it.
Sure.
That's awesome. I love it.
Definitely. Mattie, if you're ready with your poem, let's go ahead and hear it.
Hi guys. All right. I have lived 25 years with nothing holding up my spine but shadows, sheer hope, a birthday cake, my mom's voice on the other end of the phone levitating in midair, a pocket of wind held up by nothing but her gut feelings, a prayer. Just tell me you're safe, she'd say. Tell me you'll stay. But I know all the things she promised me inside a shadow can never survive the sun. They never make it to the morning. She tells me I'm made of something stronger than flesh and bone. She tells me one day I'll write my way so far out of this body that my words will cast shadows across the city like skyscrapers, spreading shade to everyone stranded out in the heat. I'm not sure how my heartbeat became a cork in my throat, holding in spirits that have aged like good liquor over decades of false homecoming. A birthday cake made of rope and dust, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how these stories got so stuck up inside me. When they exit out, they pour, spill like roadkill, so twisted it'll make your lips pucker. Like I have no memory that hasn't been filtered through a nightmare. I can't recognize myself in photographs anymore. I can't tell you about innocence. I can't remember what anything looked like after I was 5. Only what it looks like now. Only a split lip. Only this body when I wake with the wind stuffed inside me. Only my mother's words reminding me the doors are locked. Your meds are here if you need them. You're safe. I'm here. Through the telephone. I have lived 25 years with my mother's voice wrapped in between my fingers like a rosary. I pray for a phone call and it keeps the sun out.
Mattie, I'm telling you, man, you need to write a screenplay for Netflix. They will pick you up. You will make money. That was amazing. For real, like, yo. All right, so Lani, you're up next. We got you on the roster next, Lani. If you want to go ahead and bless us with some of your words, let's all give it up for Lani.
Wrapped around your finger like a rosary, though, that was just genius. That was dope.
Right? Yo, Mattie
Yeah,
is so
that
good,
was-
bro. Like,
that
she's
was
one of the
really good.
greatest lyricists I think I've ever heard, man.
That's fucking awesome.
Thanks, guys.
This one's a little long. Is that okay, or should I do a short one?
Hey, so the event officially ended an hour and 16 minutes ago. So you can go as long as you want now. There's 10 of us who stuck around because we all want to hang out and speak poetry together. So take as long as you want. You know, I'm sure we don't, you know, everybody here is here for the poetry. So do what you do.
All right. Okay, so this one's called Fear Broken. Beneath the surface where I wake, face planted to another universe, wording away this hex as I wake to the planks that they tried to lead me to, where the clouds open up parallel versions of every outcome, every decision I struggled to get to, and every decision that anxiety pedaled me away from, wanting me to abide by the prescripted outcome, requiring I follow a blueprint, revising a story, one that was once controlled by fear, where my very existence aggravated their vulnerability, for it was exposing the dark commotion of their spirit. A life where the other team cheats off your plays, but outnumbered to thinking this was your position. And there I stayed, playing safety, facing the pushback led by fear as I watched playbacks of a story that used to be my own. Although I wanted to drive myself out of this pothole of uncertainty, I feared my ability to dig my way back out, as the hole seemed to sink me further into its pocket, only plunging me deeper, somehow shoveling myself down into this rabbit hole where their dirt tried swallowing me before following me down a path that only seemed to become blurrier, where the symptoms began multiplying like white blood cells as it fought off the signs of their infection. replying to the questions I never even asked, as if my every silent thought was secretly listened to, on a seesaw, teetering me from one totem pole to the next, fostered by the passion that helped me muster up the courage to free myself of the trauma as I finally arrive and park my abusers front row to justice headquarters. No guilt, no shame this time, for I know now that I have prevented the spread of their virus. I know now that they can finally be released of the pain of their guilt. I know now that they will learn from their actions as they've been forced to face them. I finally get to destroy the maps that have helped my predators telegraph my every move, where my new boundaries lessen the likelihood of anxiety inviting itself back into my conversation, where I no longer feel the need to explain to the devil's advocate as they've arrived just in time to herd with the rest of the sheep. I knew it. I knew progress was still in my forecast, even with my battery low and my reception giving out, even with my contemplating shortening the lifespan that drained me of meaningful moments. And even though procrastinating has only prolonged my moves, it's left me with infinite possibilities, even if I put my growth on layaway. I was no longer confining myself to the blueprint of how they planned to build me. As I reconstruct anxiety's version of what belongs in this narrative, and even though I'm not sure how I survived, here I am, alive. And still, I watch them prepare my coffin and feel sadness fill my heart. I witnessed for myself what would have been my final destination, the retiring of this vessel that I've traveled all these years in. My eyes magnetize themselves somewhere off in a distant galaxy outside of my reality, where my exhausted eyes spend their days measuring losses rather than acknowledging each major leap and each step taken, rather than noticing love as it gravitates us toward peace. The way shooting stars hug us from across the sky. I arrive now, just in time, his time, ready to decipher the message and deeper into the whole of climbing, where I slowly wipe out my entire galaxy, taking away time from all the planets that have been closely orbiting my space, instead of looking for temporary fixers, concealers, entering tried cycles where they once experienced joy at the forefront of my sadness, as they tried bleaching me of my color, manipulating me to feeling worthless, no longer busy doing everything to remove the same stains they've put on my fabric, numb and empty, and yet I've allowed the torment to weigh me down until this pain became too heavy to lift the hood that once jailed me and kept me their prisoner. Sleep became the culprit that held me captive to the pain, for I saw you in my dreams, and then before I knew it, you were gone. Just the way I had you in this world, I still needed you. So I tied us together to each other in this alternate portal. But my mind still wakes, depleted, slowly losing hope in a world that's continued to use me as their furniture, hanging me like a chandelier till it's time to replace it. The glass shatters with all the hidden secrets, scrambling to find shelter, brokenhearted, witnessing the extent of what they're willing to succumb to, as they present themselves with authority, but quickly become submissive to the placebo effect. And I know they would gladly strip me of my dignity, pour the rest of me as my body dissolves into their hands, and never would they look back. They've buried me in their burdens. I'm dead, but I'm still alive, battling the demons that work me to fumes, that force my soul into overdrive, as I feel the effects of their misery and still wonder where it came from, trying to save them as I swim across seas of their lead, imagining how it'd be to bask in fountains of paradise where thirst is quenched and their dirty water exposed, then filtered, then distilled by the rebirth of emotion. I get to turn a page by releasing the lever that once turned a bridge into a stone wall, that once isolated us from our origins. Demons will thrive off any blood we give them. The bones of fear and evil lie at the dismembered heads of soulless skeletons from the past. The more we've become inconsiderate and emotionless, the more vulnerable we become to the dark holes that kidnap our souls. We vacuum away humankind. They say water is supposed to move freely, and so does frequency. And yet we are careful not to stand out. Not to make a splash, not to be noticed, not to be loud, nor silent, nor different from everyone else, because we live insecure,
because we hold on tighter to the things we love and the pain we say we don't want to have. But if we know everything happens for a reason, then there's no reason to worry. For if it's given the choice and it chooses to fall like the leaves, it was never real to begin with. So my friends, I woke again, tired. I wanted to sleep, but I'm grateful to wake up. Even if I had to wake up in a cold room full of surgical instruments, some of which remain strapped to me. They say they have to. I suppose it's their way of trying to keep my broken pieces sewn together, and while my body drifted a portal, I feel more accepted by it. I return to remind you of the happiness that you've experienced, even in the small moments, to this world that keeps a gift that keeps taking. Poem.
Oh, yo. Where did you even come from? Lani, like, what? Like, yo, like that was amazing, dude. Like, there were so many lines I wanted to type out, like that I liked that, like I couldn't even keep up with. I'm like, I wanted to, and I'm just like, oh, I can't even, because the next one would hit, and it was just like, oh my goodness. Yo, I really hope that you enjoyed your time here tonight at Open Minds, and I hope to see you again.
I did. I will definitely be back. You guys have great energy. I'm very, very, in tune with energy. So, you know, sometimes I take a step back. I'm a bit of an introvert, as you could tell. Like I don't really get on the video a lot, but I could definitely feel your guys' energy, and I like the space. I apologize for being late, and you know, this has been great. It's been so wonderful to hear all of you. Thank you so much for listening to me.
And I just want to thank you all again for showing up and showing out. Like, wow.
Put my seatbelt on.
Yeah, so hold on. Yeah, Shockie's coming on. We gotta strap up, get ready. Shockie is on you.
All right. This is a shorter piece. This is my response to the whole argument about Black Ariel, Little Mermaid. The world is fighting over whether a fish can be black. Like Black girls aren't the first to have their voices taken in order to be part of this world. Have to find our legs navigating your perception in order to be loved. Do not question why a Black man can be the crab in the barrel with her. Aren't we all just poor, unfortunate souls treading water to stay alive? They will call it daddy issues. Say our fathers never grew to be the kings we needed. That the princes we love find a way to be shallow even in the ocean. That they only tend to love us once they know we can be quieted. Only love our futures on anybody else. The question is not whether mermaids ever lay in the sun. If some replace the mercury in their scales with melanin, no. The question is why women use their power to trap other women. Why they can't see past color to notice it can also happen to them. Why the Supreme Court can Ursula our souls without a fight because we're too busy fighting over fish to notice our rights floundering at the bottom of the ocean. To notice there are bigger fish to fry.
Yo!
Yo! Hey, we need to make them shirts, man.
Right?
We need to make them
That's
shirts.
why you don't Shockie and drive.
Yeah, that's why you don't Shockie and drive straight up, bro. Hey, I'm making them shirts. I'm gonna send one free to all of y'all. Huh?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You also need to do the Shockie So Dope. You get a contact high.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo.
I had to crack my bones after
Damn, bro. Hey.
Can you read the first two lines again? Maddie was asking.
That just the intro was so hard. Like it was such a good. It's so good. I just want to hear it again if you can.
Read it again. Read it again. Get it.
It says the world is fighting over whether a fish can be black. Like Black girls aren't the first to have their voices taken in order to be part of this world. Have to find our legs navigating perception in order to be loved.
Wow.
And read the last two lines too.
Why the Supreme Court can Ursula our souls without a fight because we're too busy fighting over fish to notice our rights floundering at the bottom of the ocean to notice there are bigger fish to fry.
So wow, Rose. You're up next. I know you got the fire too. we're all just waiting to hear what you got to say. So let's all give a big open arms, big open mind hug out to Rose.
Actually, this one's gonna be a little light, but there's a little bit of sarcasm to it. This is called Tall Tales. Bye-bye, black sheep. Have you any wool? I saw the big bad wolf climbing out your window last night, then head over to pay Dorothy a visit in Oz, while Scarecrow, Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion watched. Snow White is looking for a new home after the 7 dwarfs kicked her out. She's searching for her Prince Charming that decided to kiss and tell. Now no one wants her. Cinderella has her own troubles, though. The glass slippers broke when she consummated her marriage to her prince, so the novelty's worn off. A real man wouldn't have his way with a sleeping beauty. Meanwhile, everyone wants to hit on Medusa, the only spinster on the block. Not that it's bad to be a spinster, but she has the good sense to turn violators into stone. The wizard tries in vain to get back into the Wicked Witch of the West's good graces. But when he told his tales of woe with Glinda, she said, "Sorry, not my circus, not my flying monkeys." Batman knew not to run afoul of Catwoman, but couldn't resist her feminine wiles, and, like most men in her life, cast her aside like yesterday's newspaper whose headlines read, "Cape Crusader caught with his pants down." So he couldn't say random woman who always conveniently trips and falls when hunted by the axe murderer in every horror film. And alas, our resident badass, Wonder Woman, couldn't get her man to confess his sins without being bound by the lasso of truth. Why does it take all that? Especially when she already knew he was stepping out after giving her cat scratch fever. Snow White found Scarlett O'Hara standing in the median with a cardboard sign, cast out of the plantation in disgrace. "Oh, Snow White," she said, "where shall I go? What shall I do?" "Got my own troubles, sister," she replied. "Why don't you try mending fences with that cad you married? You're cut from the same cloth, just like you in that fake curtain dress." But as Scarlett attempted to speak, her ex comes rolling up in a new Cadillac, Miss Melanie riding shotgun. "Guess what, Scarlett," she said. "Rhett never gave a damn." Poem.
Yo, Rose.
Yeah. Period.
Come through.
I love that line too. A real man wouldn't have his way with a sleeping beauty.
Like,
Yo,
that was messed up.
That was a
right?
good
Like, yo,
slam,
when you,
that was a slam poem. That was a good one.
Yo, I ain't even looking at them the same no more. Like, that was dope. That was
yo,
cool.
right? Like, hey,
That
think
was
about
like
it though.
so
Like,
powerful.
hey, so we're gonna keep this thing going a little more because we got going on. I think next up on the list we got Prop. Prop, what's up, buddy? You got some good stuff for us, man?
I'll just give you something short. They always promise you rocket ships and then just take you to a sliver of the moon.
Welcome to the future, man. Generalissimo, you want to bless us with some of your wisdom?
So this piece was in a Scottish anthology called Joined Up Writing, and the way it worked is that each poet took part of the last line of the previous poem. I'm not including the last line, but this is called The Real Reason the Pyramids Were Built. So this was actually the last poem in the book. I was told a decision I made could unravel my future, but time, aka past, present, and future, is in a constant state of flux. Present becomes past once future happens. This cycle continues on a moment-by-moment basis ad infinitum. Think of time as a ball of yarn with just enough yarn to roll down the side of a Giza pyramid. One end of the ball of yarn is attached to a post at the top of the pyramid. As it rolls down the side of the pyramid, unraveling, a waggly-tailed Labrador retriever impatiently awaits its arrival because its owner had soaked a tennis ball in beef broth, let it dry out, then threaded and wrapped enough yarn to roll down the side of a Giza pyramid around the ball. As the ball of yarn unraveled, the desert wind sent the scent of beef to the dog. When the tennis ball arrived, the dog grabbed the ball in its mouth and pulled it till the final length of yarn exited the ball. Think of the complete ball of yarn as the past, which turned into the present as it unraveled and finally became the future when the dog started gnawing at it. So if someone ever tells you a mistake you made could unravel your future, tell them the physics of time disallows for the future to unravel. Thank you.
Creativity.
My beautiful wife, Jessica Colvin. Let's all give it up for Jessica.
It's one of the micro ones. It's
One of
something
the micro
stuck
ones.
in my head. The early bird gets the worm, but the late rabbit gets to meet Alice.
Was that written while you were looking in a looking glass?
Yeah, she's seen it.
I'm always looking through a looking glass, am I not?
Yo, I'm having a wonderful night tonight. This is probably one of the best events that we've had thus far. All right, let's all give it open mind. Welcome to Lani.
This one's called A Woman's Mark. This is for all the misogynistic men out there, since we were on that topic earlier. All right. What if we were lied to about the specifics of these religious stories? What if a woman was behind the building of Noah's Ark? Why does the Adam's apple symbolize a woman leaving her mark? His decisions, but somehow she's responsible for every road he'll embark. In the court, it doesn't automatically make a suspect guilty simply because they were accused. So why, just because a man told a joke, does it mean she has to be amused? No, we were not created to compensate for your inadequacy, to bring to life and help you fulfill some sexualized fantasy. They've tried to pass off the gender shame, claiming it to be the woman that's always to blame. Told to be covered for dressing according to the weather made us unladylike. If we are presented mountains, we'd better come prepared to hike. If we didn't submit and obey, we would be punished by their poisoned saliva. For of course, they could freely dip themselves into our Godiva. And boy, was it so Delilah of us to tempt. But of course, men have long been declared exempt. Supposedly, beauty whipped him into action, hypnotized by the same beauty they called a distraction. For of course, women are the ones that should earn their stripes, handling all these men and their dirty pipes. Women should be the ones washed of their brain, for beauty that angelic is far too hard to refrain. Why can't it just be that she was smarter than him not to eat the apple? Shame on you women, now veil yourselves upon entering this chapel. There's fact, and then there's theory. If the man had guilt, why must that weight be the woman's to carry? If you plant and water the seed, it grows, but just because it's how they say it happens doesn't mean that's how it goes. Why must we be tasked without the salary to match, stripping us of our bodies and wetting us off by the batch? With little to nothing, forced to sacrifice our energetic forces. We've now designed for you new tailor-made educational courses. We've helped you pollinate breeds with your surname, here as a servants to your prayers. But again, it's the woman's fault for the man's guilty choices. Who are we to have voices? You saw us because your heels had eyes, but no one listened to our cries. Instead, we became the gender these said religions choose to despise. Being a woman should be considered our special skill. You may have tried to tell us what to do, but we get to decide if we will. No more working hard without the salary to match. No more will we be picking up the balls you couldn't catch. No more working behind the scenes. No more compensating for these sick fiends. There was a time when only men were the chosen gender, says the repeated offender. Often they were glorified, yet here women are trying to downplay a message they've already simplified. We are tired of being the target of gender bias. We are no longer the principles that have been trying to define us. If love could be sharp shot out of revolvers, we'd be called the gender of problem solvers. Boom.
Yo.
Oh.
That was dope, man. Shockie, if you down,
Shock me, Shockie.
I think we all need to put our seatbelts on again, bro. Like, hold up, let's strap up.
Oh, I gotta find one.
Oh man, I ate.
I'm gonna do this one called Medusa, since we were talking about Medusa earlier.
Yes,
Ooh, I
yes,
like
yes,
that.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I think we all like that. Let's hear it.
I knew I should not look. Have heard the story time and again, how she paralyzes men, turns them to stone. I convinced myself this time would be different. After all, I am not a man. Surely I could take a glance. From the ground up, this woman, some god's gift, stacked and gorgeous, almost lost control navigating her curves, found myself stuck on the nape of her neck, wishing it were a fruit. I could nibble on, taste her essence, climb the peaks of her lips as if they were Everest, looked into her fiery eyes, and in that moment I knew I fucked up. As my mind catches up to my eyes and the statue-like creature comes into clear view, Medusa has struck again, and I have become concrete. Proof looks can kill.
Yo.
For real though.
So that last
Let's
line.
Hey, you know what? That only took like 30. Read that whole poem over again for us, please.
You're killing me.
Please, that was so beautiful, yo. I know everybody here will agree. We want to hear that one more again.
Okay. I knew I should not look. Have heard the story time and again, how she paralyzes men, turns them to stone. I convinced myself this time would be different. After all, I am not a man. Surely I could take a glance. From the ground up, this woman, some god's gift, stacked and gorgeous, almost lost control navigating her curves, found myself stuck on the nape of her neck, wishing it were a fruit I could nibble on, taste her essence, climb the peaks of her lips as if they were Everest, looked into her fiery eyes, and in that moment I knew I fucked up. As my mind catches up to my eyes and the statue-like creature comes into view, Medusa has struck again, and I have become concrete. Proof looks can kill.
Yo, what? Proof looks can kill. That was good. That was so dope, man.
What was this
Yeah,
called?
man. Medusa.
Oh, it's called Medusa. I was like, oh, she's like the
Yeah,
Black Widow
it's
too.
about-
Shoot.
Right? All right, Shockie. Man. All right, Rose, if you got another one for us, you up next on the mic, girl.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Freedom, was the reply. Who is this freedom? To its chagrin, it proved an unfamiliar tone to the captives. Confused, they refused to grant entry and acted in the reverse. They cut off the lights, closed the curtains, and pretended everyone was gone for the day. Freedom ran away, dejected, not knowing where else to go. It didn't really have a home, nowhere to claim, a nomad with no sense of belonging. Thus, it sought refuge in what should have been the most logical of spaces. History books, in the bedroom, in the uterus, one's own skin. What a precarious place to find oneself in. Freedom eventually began to wonder if it was even worth it to fight, began to question its own existence. Was freedom only an illusion used to rally the masses, like the March on Washington, or like the Klan marching down Pennsylvania Avenue in the early 1920s? Oops, rather, the Capitol in 2021. The parallels prove frightening to freedom. Why have we, the people, slowed in seeking me, said an aggrieved freedom. It yearned for the thundering voices and footsteps, purposeful and plentiful, descending upon the asphalt. Freedom would rather die of starvation than be taunted by the bitter fruits of an apathetic society and inherited from yesterday's failed lessons. They are learning them now. And as a result, the rest of us are scrambling to find not a freedom that wasn't really freedom at all, but the freedom that didn't bend with the wind, the one that steeled its backbone in the face of firebombed churches and at the memorials of immortalized truth tellers. And truth be told, Now, both Freedom and I oftentimes wonder, do we truly have the spoons to vanquish this demon? And
Yo, what? I was trying to type out my favorite line at the end there. That was amazing. Yo, let's keep this going, man. We got this energy going. We got this vibe. We going back to Professor Lobo over here. I know he got some.
Since y'all stuck around this long, I'm gonna do this. I don't usually do this piece online. This is like more.
Oh, so we
in person.
we privy to this.
They say that actions speak louder than words, but I don't even feel like our acts are being heard. And no matter how hard I grind, I still find myself screaming, "Sit down," because I got something to say. Now, I'm not just here to entertain, I'm here to share some pain. But don't sweat. I'm not just going to toss it all on you like some drunken stepfather who needs 40-ounce crutches as he limps his way through life trying to find his self-esteem 1/5 at a time. Because you see, that's not really pain. That's just sober remorse for the last time that mom spent 3 days on the couch barely conscious because he thought he'd try to combine equal parts of alcohol, testosterone, and bleach, and the lack of having the first clue how to just reach out and touch someone. But I digress. Because I'm here to share some pain, not just to entertain like some after-school special where the deadbeat dad always comes back to become the hero that all dads are supposed to be. That is, when he's not too busy trying to find himself and the snatch of some catch that probably should have been thrown back anyway. But damn if you don't stop his fishing, not even long enough to recognize that the bait that he's using, it's the very same thing that he's afraid of losing. And there ain't no Rogaine out there on the market anywhere that can help you grow your self-respect back. But again, I digress. Because I'm not just here to entertain. I'm here to share some pain, like the pain of having to punch that time clock when you'd really rather be punching your manager right in the jock just for getting paid 6 figures for telling how you're punching that clock wrong. And how the fuck can it be wrong anyway when the only reason you're punching, the only reason you're cussing, the only reason you're fighting shit, the only reason you're even trying is just to ensure that your kids at least eat. Because they never do seem to get that treat of having both mommy and daddy home at the same time. And shit, just having that home is enough to make you want to punch more than that clock, but you're still in shock because that late payment and that negative bank statement, they're still both sitting there in your mailbox. I don't care how many times you try to crush them all the way in the back, reminding you that you didn't buy your piece of the rock. No, you're just leasing. But that's not really pain either. That's just frustration from a lack of salvation because your spirit's done gone south of the duration and you went and got yourself stuck in some fucked up situation because you were fooled into trying to chase down somebody else's American dream. No, I'm talking about real pain. Like the pain of having to face that it seems like there just ain't no place where we can go anymore, where we can find a Crazy Horse or a Malcolm X or a Cesar Chavez. Or even a Norma Ray for that matter. No, now they're trying to go back to making us believe that our heroes are supposed to be cops. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Well, I mean, other than usher in the new Confederacy as they systematically create the next Great Depression. And can someone please explain to me what the fuck is so great about depression anyway? See, I am of the impression that they're just waiting for the dust to blow us over so they can swoop on in and pick up the pieces. All the while, they're invoking Jesus. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad omens, but ain't nobody died on a cross for all this shit. But if you sit down, I said sit down and pay attention to what's going on at dimly lit poetry rages, then you may find that we all have our own double crosses to bear. And if we could just learn how to share, then maybe everywhere would hear the word. Now, this word, it ain't about misused messiahs. And it ain't about just another bloody war. And it certainly ain't about a bunch of people sitting on our asses hoping that somebody else finds the cure. No, this word is about the completion of a circle back to the way that things are supposed to be. Naturally. And I believe it was even one of the conquerors who said that every decent country needs one every 70 years or so just to keep them straight. Now, I ain't no math teacher, and I don't know about you, but it seems like we're about like 250 years overdue now. I know we can't all just hop on our horses and ride all the way back to the promised land, so I invite you all to join in this circle and share your pain. And don't restrain, and don't sit down and listen to some punk-ass bitch standing up here telling you to sit down and shut up, because it's time for us all to get up, stand up, come on. Stand up for your rights. I know you know it. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Because the renegades are the people with their own philosophies. They change the course of history. Everyday people like you or me. Everyday people like you or me. Everyday people like you. That's revolution.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, prop. Yo, thank you for sharing that with us, man. Like, good
awesome.
God, bro, you touched on so many subjects and with such finesse and grace, and love for all of all of us, of humankind, of like the plight that us as human beings are going through. Like, you did it, bro. You got something special. I'm sure everyone sitting in this room right now feels that little tingle up our spine that we just heard something that was special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something that if the rest of the world heard, it maybe make a difference. Generalissimo, you're up next, buddy. Let's all give it up. Generalissimo.
Okay, here it is. Okay. This is called Whirlwind. When a romance starts as a whirlwind, a kaleidoscope of autumn leaves can rise into firmament, forming airborne eddies, creating previously non-existent rainbows. All winds eventually die down. All hurricanes have eyes that exist in total calm while surrounded by unbridled chaos. Once they make landfall, they slow but will incite flooding till their demise. People in love will inevitably discover aftermath debris from lovers' past storms. More than often, that debris shapes the quirks and idiosyncrasies they fall in love with. Such invisible scars that should be ugly instead shine like diamonds inside lumps of coal, waiting for the right person to understand that because we are willing to get a little coal dust under our fingernails when scratching our way out of the whirlwind, it is the previous storms we have weathered that have formed our ability to love more thoughtfully. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, dude. See, this is what happens after hours. All right, so following up, Mattie, you on point? You can pull one up for us?
Yeah.
I know you got something in that phone. Like we just lost someone too.
This one's a lot, okay? So if you guys can stick with me, I'd slightly over 5 minutes.
Lani's out.
I stick with you.
Oh, we sticking with you. We here, we in it.
Okay. All right. Who but a man? Who but a man can be both terrifying and disappointing at the same time? I did once share this poem with a man and then promptly apologize for killing the mood. I am known for my sunshine. I don't want your version of this. 1. Too much water and everything grows, even the weeds, even the everything. You can't smile anymore, not with how this season is going. 2. My father is cooking me dinner, and I am a half acre of hungry. His words are all the sun I needed and none of the rain. I hide in the bathroom upstairs until I'm legal, carving barbed wire fences into my thigh, my wrist, and my ankle, and I don't ever take a shower. 3, the lady at the farmer's market is upset. She says she's not going to raise her prices for us, even though she won't make a dime. Even though the pigs took out half her harvest and the coyotes got the chickens and then the 2 goats and then the drought took care of the rest. Did you find what you came here for? We're all so used to this blame, it's been eating our own language from the inside out. All we know is apology, bleach the green from my eyes, destroy the whole harvest so the pests won't come. We will never admit to hungry. We will never feel full. 5, if we could get by without putting up the fence, you know we would. 6, coyotes have been here ever since always. I keep the snare right in front of the weakest spot, and we still lose every year. But we are used to it, because it just sort of makes sense. Used to it like how the pigs have been digging up the flower bulbs every winter for so long. I don't think I've ever seen a single one bloom. I keep trying. I keep planting. They must think that I love the work, and you're acting too innocent. Don't act so insulted when I shoot you just for standing by the fence. I know what you are. I know what you did, how you kill. I know what you're capable of, so just don't. 7, I think I wanted you to say something. I thought that would help if you talked. You would sound human enough. If I heard your voice, I could forgive you for all of this. I thought if I stayed quiet long enough for a response or to get hungry, eventually one of your words would sound like nature or nurture or sorry, or you just shut up and actually listen to me. Leave me alone to grow. My sun and my rain. I do just fine without you, and besides, I'm recovering from a drought. from a bite, from a chronic apology. I'm trying to heal a scar and you're always yipping and digging and just don't. 8. My dog doesn't know why she wants to bite you. And I love her so much, I just don't have the heart to tell her. My dog has a sense of smell 10,000 times stronger than mine, and fear is a pheromone just like love, and she knows when my heart rate spikes without even touching me. She isn't asking me to justify this racing pit in my stomach. She doesn't need to know why, like you, with all your questions, and you call her the animal. My dog is doing your job, protecting the prey from the predator. I want to say I'm sorry to her for the work. Say to her, even with all the heart left behind it, the trust I have in your deadly love, your beasting goodbye sacrifice, your frenzied teeth, I fear I'm always still and always you by my side, and even still waiting for the slaughter. 9. I'm trying to sit in the grass and practice my words, and a gun points a man at me and says, do that again. Says, I love when you do that exactly that way. Play that song again, do it again, and don't mess it up, please, or else you'll ruin this the way I want you to be. I mean, you smile at it and play along because the only other option is to play dead. So you can live, name your price, ransom yourself. I mean, he would literally buy you if he could. I mean, last week, a man told me that he could buy me, bitch. And then his friend asked me if I was sure that I didn't instigate the words out of him. If I was bigger, I would fight. 10. The man at the gas station is eating me alive while I'm trying to pump enough gas to get to work this morning without being late. And now there's blood on my good shoes. I'm trying to buy milk and someone's son is branding his initials into the exposed skin on my belly with his eyes. A person old enough to be my father is undressing me like my father in the soda aisle at Walgreens, and like my father gets mad when I don't laugh, take the joke. I'm trying to tell you, this body is a barbed wire razor blade. You're killing me slowly. I'm tired of being devoured. My entire house set on fire. Nobody is listening about the arsonist, the gas station, the cannibal at the convenience store. They're killing us without a word, and they're killing us. 11. I'm used to the ambush. They call it a surprise. How romantic. When I don't argue, not a single sound so delicious as my silence. Even if you don't want to finish, just make sure it's dead. I've been walking out of my house dressed for my own casket since before I left home when I was legal. At 18, I mean. I'm pretending at death, playing dead. I'm praying for a downpour, hoping you won't hear my heartbeat until the rain starts. I lost count of which number I'm on. Sorry for my mess. I'm trying to remember a clean ending. I'm scrubbing everything now. Everything raw is covered in dirt, and I used to love working with my hands. I used to love the dust and the mess and the snails and the rocks, the everything crawling out of the roots around me. A whole life's worth of growing kept secret underground so you wouldn't find it. You almost made me stop gardening. You almost made me quit this. Your violence isn't asking me to stop being so complex, telling me I have to, or else you can't kill me or love me the way you wanted to. Same. I don't know how many hours it is that I've lost writing about this, held hostage by different men who don't remember me after they get home for dinner, whose wives don't know how many teeth they have inside their jaw. A shark can replace every missing tooth it loses indefinitely for the rest of its life, for the rest of forever. I lost count. We are trying to keep the crop itself alive, and you are so well fed that you can leave home for seconds, robbing all your neighbors, thieves, faceless, shameless, nameless, next to even your own in the paper, wolf in wolf clothing. You aren't even worried about it. I'm stranded in a conversation. Please don't feed me anything else. I'm full and completely sick. I'm stranded in a conversation where another woman is an island of her own, and she is self-checking out her groceries or pumping gas or held up at gunpoint to a highway robbery, strangled into a handshake or a hug, or how many words that she has to say to escape politely, or alive, I mean undead. I had to apologize to the entire road that got me out of town for my dirty fucking feet. This is a humanitarian crisis. There are so many hungry people doing honest work, and the wolves keep sharing our secrets. Please don't feed me anything else. I am fucking sick. This is a labor of love, so I get why you want to eat me. But this is my only green. This is my living, my life, not a taste to be left on your tongue afterwards, to tell your friends about. I'm not a delicacy, this girlhood, so don't you dare. You've never once tried to listen to the rain. You've been hunting too long to know that you are the thing we are training our fences to keep out. Get out of my field, my garden, my love, my body, my green, and finally watered my life. My life. This is how I make a living or go on living. This isn't how I pictured it, but it's how we survive. Always have. A fence around us and a couple of good dogs.
Yo, Mattie. Holy shit, dude.
Okay, here are some mic drops. Dark Star. The scars on her skin mark the beauty that was forced to live within. Inklings. Paying for beauty with pain. It's what we do. We are all tattooed.
Yeah,
Nice.
so probably
check and mate. Love is a game strategically played, your thoughts and emotions openly splayed. But once you give ground, you can lose all you found. Tread cautiously, else you become self-betrayed. This one is called On Second Thought.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that
Just
one.
when you thought the love was true, you find they put a spell on you. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Black magic woman.
Black magic woman.
Okay, here, this one's for your cat. Furry overlord brushes past in nonchalance the distance of love.
Oh,
man.
oh my God.
He would have meowed at that. He would have liked that.
I'm good. Like,
okay.
Generalissimo. I'm ready to hear some Generalissimo.
Yeah, let's get some
It's
Generalissimo in.
it's almost 11:30. I'm about to turn into a pumpkin, so I'm just.
All right, so we gotta hurry up. We gotta before he turns into a pumpkin. We gotta hear some of this.
So I'm gonna do this one for Miss Jessica, if that's okay with you. The title again: All my unused lines are tattoos no one knows about. Sometimes I write a poem with an allegedly fantastic line, the type of line that never loses its shine, the type of line that continues speaking after its turn is over, the type of line the other lines decide to vote off the island, the type of line the poet is so infatuated with, he tattoos it onto his psyche after he removes it from the poem. His psyche consists of inner nooks and crannies and other geographical ridges that form the great gray cauliflower inside his skull. His cerebrum, cerebellum, and hippocampus are campuses that have been endlessly needled and inked with wordplay and grandiose, misguided profundities. When I write a line that goes solo, it gets placed in an unused line file inside my mind that forms an exquisite corpse poem that's so exquisite if I tell anyone about it, my psyche won't pay the tattoo parlor bill anymore. Thank you.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was so good.
Thank you for sharing that one.
Generalissimo. Bringing that fire.
Thank you, and I'm gonna say goodnight to everyone because it's late here.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. Hey,
I
man.
loved all your poems.
Hey.
Do you have a book?
I do.
He does. He does. Yes.
I do, and I will go ahead and
Yeah, drop the link in the description,
I would like to buy
in the
it.
chat there, and I'll email it out to everybody.